then back-to-back-to-back home runs. The 1-0. And Jock swings, fouls it left side. That'll get into the seats. Now the count at 1-2. Or pardon me, 1 ball and 1 strike. Just been that kind of inning for Keller. Throwing a lot of strikes. Right-hander into his motion. And the 1-1. That is a strike. And now the count is 1-2.
Another one of those backdoor sweepers there to a lefty, and it seems like he's going to use that fastball in and then throw the backdoor slider sweeper to those lefties. He's also mixed in a sinker, but he's going in and out with the hard and the soft.
Looking for a 1-2-3. First the pitch, and that is swung on, hit in the air towards center field. It's right at Michael A. Taylor. So a pretty easy inning for Mitch Keller. He retires the side in order, and we go to the bottom of the first inning. Dbacks nothing, and the pipe. Ball and no strikes the count. Well, there's no easy solution for figuring out how to turn in a good start every 5th day, but as the 1-0 swung on and fouled back, I imagine with Montgomery, try your best to get into those pitcher-friendly counts and then be able to use that curveball to generate some swing and miss.
You're right, Chris. The equation is simple. It's very hard to execute.
Now the 1-1, and McCutchen way out in front of off speed. Good changeup, and the count of ball and 2 strikes.
Love to see the changeup right there in the open. That's what I mentioned. You're going to have to use the off-speed pitches more, and you like to see him have that going early.
Here comes a 1-2, swung on, and a line drive hooking foul. Still a ball and 2 strikes. McCutchen, at 37 years old, having a very productive season in what is his 16th year in the majors. And by all indications, does not want this year to be his last. 1-2. That is down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The traditional counting stats might not be the most ideal, more specifically a .227 batting average. But he still has 13 homers, 14 doubles. And the 2-2, strike 3 called. Got him with a fastball. And McCutchen doesn't like it, but that was just a beauty of a fastball on the inner third.
after going away the entire at-bat to McCutchen. Right here, Montgomery comes hard in. It looked like a front door sinker, threw it right off the inside corner, and it runs back over and just catches it. A perfectly executed front door sinker right there.
Here is Bryan Reynolds, switch hitter batting right-handed. Now the pitch, swung on and hit on a line to right field, sinking fast. Carroll, though, makes a sliding catch. He turned on the burners, and Montgomery got to be pleased having that defense behind him as they're down 2 outs.
Nicely done right here. Corbin Carroll gets a good break on this ball. That's big for Jordan Montgomery's confidence. Get those first 2 quick outs here. To get through the first inning clean would be big for him.
Connor Joe is in the 3 spot tonight for Pittsburgh. Here's the pitch, and the right-handed hitting Joe takes down low. 1 ball and no strikes the count, despite having a 5-for-5 performance from O'Neal Cruz last night. So guy's had his struggles against left-handed pitching this year. He'll be batting 8th. And the 1-0. Joe, fooled by the pitch, takes a strike, and the count is even at 1-1.
You really like to see that right there. The 1-0 curveball backdoor to Joe. The confidence to throw that when you're behind in the count, that is big for any pitcher.
1-1 from Montgomery, swung on and fouled out of play. The count back in his favor at 1-2. It's not huge power numbers for Connor Joe, but there is a clear distinction between his production against left-handed pitching and right-handed pitching. And though he has more homers against righties this year, Joe is a much more consistent hitter against the southpaws. A 1-2 now. And Joe takes just a bit inside. On our monitor, it looked like the pitch was kissing the outside of the strike zone. It could have gone either way. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. And Montgomery, after a long pause, throws and gets a grounder to third. Backhanded by Suarez. He spins and he throws a 1-hopper to first. Nice scoop made by Bell. The inning comes to an end. So both starters turn in a 1-2-3 first, and we are on to the second scoreless on the Morgan & Morgan D-Backs Radio Network.
Rise now. 1 out in the 9th. Line to center field, a base hit. Wade's coming around from second. Here comes the throw. He will be safe. Welcome to San Diego. Luis arrives. Walk-off base hit. Padres win it.
And it should be no surprise that Arise comes through with the big hit. Time to celebrate.
Center field. Robles back. Tie game! His deep shot here today evens the game. And Carnacion Strand wins it! Lucky number 13. He was 0 for 12. Back-to-back bombs. Down to their last out. The Reds take the day and the series.
Postseason run. On August 10th, the first 30,000 fans will receive a 2023 National League Championship replica ring. Secure your tickets now at Dbacks.com.
Dbacks Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Top of the second inning, Josh Bell will lead it off for the D-Backs. And he's going to use his timeout here right from the very beginning. Resets the clock. Didn't actually leave the batter's box, though, so in a sense, he's almost icing himself. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul. Out in front of a sweeper from Keller and fouled it off his front foot. Bell had 2 hits in his D-back debut yesterday, and both of them left the ballpark. The 0-1. swung on and fouled into the netting. Now the count 0-2.
Bell, in his career against Keller, has some pretty good numbers. He's faced him 11 times, has 4 walks. So out of 7 at-bats, he's got 6 hits, a homer and a double. So he sees the ball well for Mitch Keller.
0-2, swung on and fouled out of play. But you have numbers like that. That means it is a rarity to make an out.
It's a cool .857 batting average.
0-2. Keller winds. The righty throws, and it's grounded left side. Brian Hayes has it at third, and he'll throw to first in time. 4 in a row set down by Keller to begin his start here tonight.
Yeah, he's really executing every pitch right now, throwing it where he wants. He's used that backdoor slider to every lefty so far, and they've just not been able to wait back on it. Been out in front of most of those.
Here's Lourdes Gurriel, and the first pitch from Keller is poured in there for a strike. 0-1 here on Gurriel. Had a strange day yesterday offensively, as the 0-1 is low. Had himself a base hit in his first at bat. He wound up going 1 for 5, but even the base hit was not exactly what you draw up as a hitter. I mean, you'll take what you can get. Don't get me wrong. 1-1 is another swing and a foul. But after Ortiz had essentially given up 4 homers to the first 4 batters of the game yesterday, Gurriel hit a little comebacker just to the right, the first base side of the mound, and he kind of flailed at it, but forgot to cover first base to the pitcher. So Gurriel basically got a free infield single as the 1-2 swung on and fouled out of play. And then after that, Gurriel, kind of a routine fly out to center his next time up. In the 5th inning, he swung at a pitch that honestly is more amazing. It didn't hit him.
It would have hit him had he not hit it.
And he somehow hit it fair. And I don't know if he was in a little bit of pain or stunned or just embarrassed at what unfolded, but he never actually ran to first. The ball went to the pitcher. The pitcher kind of looked at him and then just threw him out. As that one from Keller down low. And then kind of a similar thing in the 9th inning. Now, he ran out of the box, but got jammed so badly that the ball just kind of went spinning over to short as he grounds it towards third. Diving is Hayes, spins, gets back to his feet, and he throws out Gurriel. That will be much more about Brian Hayes than what Lourdes did, as there are now 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, the other thing that Gurriel did in the 9th yesterday that was interesting is in that ground ball, he threw his bat about halfway to shortstop as he was making contact. So, like you said, a very odd day at the plate for Gurriel.
2 outs for McCarthy, and the pitch is swung on and skied to center. Going out is O'Neal Cruz. Coming in is Michael A. Taylor. It's a center fielder Taylor who makes the catch. And the Diamondbacks are down in order in the top of the 2nd. We go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Pirates nothing and the Snakes nothing on the Morgan.
Seventh pitch to Gunnar leading off the game, and Henderson drills it right field down the line. That's a Gunnar. Oh, that thing got out of here in a nanosecond. Another leadoff Gunnar stunner, and the Orioles jump on top. 112.3 miles per hour, 410 feet. I'm not even sure I saw this ball leave the bat. It was hit so quickly. De La Cruz rolls one. That is through. Pitch called a strike. Throw down is late. Opposite way. That is down. Base hit. Takes off. No throw. There goes De La Cruz. Called strike. Throw down. Late. De La Cruz. He takes off. Pitch swing and a miss. Throw down. It's wide. And he's on for the 4th time today. Chop to third. Backhand, short way to second. Bobbled! The De La Cruz effect. He speeds you up.
In Arizona who are 21 or older. First bet after registration must qualify. If qualifying bet loses, bet amount returned as bonus bet. Bonus bet expires 14 days after receipt. See Caesars.com/promos for full terms. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Now leading it off for the Pirates, it'll be their right fielder, Bryan De La Cruz. A lot of righties in this lineup against Montgomery. First pitch, and Montgomery missed outside with a fastball. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Casino, Arizona, and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's richest and best rewards. Voted best casino in AZ Central's best of the desert. Now the 1-0, swung on, hit off the end of the bat towards shallow left center field. This is a tough play. Gurriel racing in, and he makes a sprawling catch for the out. There's 1 down.
Gurriel with a great jump right here. That's one of the best things that he does in the outfield. He gets an outstanding jump on balls. Actually, the best among Dbacks outfielders at getting a quick jump and a read on balls, and that's the reason he's able to get to this ball, make a sliding catch.
Here's Joey Bart. Montgomery ready. And the first pitch to the Pirate catcher is taken a little bit out the plate. Looked like a pretty good pitch. 1 ball and no strikes. Bart got the start yesterday. And offensively, reached base a couple of times as that pitch is in there for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Bart had a good long at-bat against Brandon Pfaadt and drove in a run with one of those base hits he had yesterday. He's been swinging the bat well here with Pittsburgh.
A little bit outside now, 2 balls and 1 strike. We mentioned with Montgomery, his first start off the injured list against the Royals. We learned after the game he was on a really strict pitch limit. As the 2-1 at the knees for a strike, it's now 2-2. Basically, with pitch limits, a lot of coaching staffs, they'll say this is the number we want him to be at, and then this is the number we absolutely will not allow him to go over. Like, take you out in the middle of an AB. Now the 2-2. And it's down low, ball 3. Against Kansas City, where he picked up the win in a 6-2 victory. 60 pitches. That was the initial number, and the absolute max was 70. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Montgomery throws to Bart. Swung on, hit well. Out to deep left field. Gurriel turns, looks, and that ball's gone. It's his 8th of the year. And Joey Bart's solo homer gives the Pirates a 1-0 lead.
Montgomery comes with a 3-2 sinker. Looked like he was trying to get it in on the hands, and it just ended up running back over the inner third of the plate. And when you're in a 3-2 count, hitters are generally always ready for that fastball, and Bart does not miss this one at all.
26th RBI of the year as well for Bart. Now there is Isaiah Kiner Falefa, Hawaiian-born middle infielder, recently acquired from Toronto. It's his Pirate debut. And the first pitch to him is off the plate, 1 ball and no strikes. Kiner Falefa hitting .292, 7 homers, and 33 driven in with Toronto this year, as the 1-0 is swung on and missed. More interestingly enough is the fact that for him, he is a distant relative to Pirate great Ralph Kiner.
Interesting. Did not know that.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Strike called. It's now 1-2.
One of those rare trades where you trade a guy while he's on the injured list, but they knew that he was about to come off. This year, his first game off the injured list for the Pirates after that trade.
The 1-2. And he mistied, did Montgomery. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's a guy who's always been known for his glove, outstanding fielder. Actually caught some when he came up with Texas, but such a good infielder. They moved him to short and then eventually third.
Swing and a miss on the 2-2 breaking ball. It's in the dirt. And Moreno throws down to first to complete the strikeout. And we quickly pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Morgan & Morgan Dbacks Radio Network.
KMVP FM Phoenix.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
On the Arizona Sports app and on 98.7.
2 down now, and here is Brian Hayes. Righty hitter, lefty pitcher. And the first one to Hayes, swing and a miss. He was way out in front. Good curveball for Montgomery. 1 ball, and 2 strikes the count.
So far today, we've seen good off-speed from Montgomery. He's mixed it in a good amount here in the first 2 innings.
0-1. Swung on and fouled out of play. The count now 0-2. Pirates with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. Montgomery ready. Here's the pitch. Curveball in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count.
Montgomery with that curveball. He likes to throw at 2 strikes. You'll see Gabby Moreno kind of sets up away sometimes to the righties on that curveball. That's to give Montgomery a good eyesight where he wants to start that pitch.
Here's 1-2. Strike 3 called, paints the inside corner, and after the homer, Montgomery strikes out the next 2 to wrap up the bottom of the second. Joey Bart's homer, though, sends us.
Lifts his ball high and deep to right. How about a walk-off Gray? Put that one in your Rockies opening day memory book. 1 pitch and Ryback says, I've had enough of this. 10-7 Colorado.
It couldn't have been scripted any better for Ryan McMahon.
Nickname of Polar.
The D-backs take on Bryce Harper and the Philadelphia Phillies for a 4-game weekend series starting August 8th. Secure your tickets now at Dbacks.com.
D-backs skipper Torey Lavello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 in the Arizona Sports app.
Top of the 3rd inning brought to you by Cactus Corn. Cactus Corn, taste the tradition, support local, and keep the good times popping. Chino Suarez will lead it off. First pitch to him a strike, and the count 0-1. He's been untouchable in the early going as Mitch Keller. And now the pitch is thrown in there for strike 2. Suarez, 230 average now, 16 homers and 59 driven in. The 0-2, strike 3 called, and Suarez took one about 7 inches off the plate and is called out on strikes.
Mitch Keller is cruising so far. gets the benefit of the call here because that ball is definitely off the plate right there. Joey Bart, a lot of glove movement on that, bringing that ball way back into the strike zone and gets the benefit of that call.
Here is Moreno, the first pitch inside. The count, 1 ball and no strikes. Tough. I think teams are starting to see how well Moreno has been driving the ball up the middle to the right side. And now Keller's 1-0 pitch is a slider that grabs the outside corner. I'm not surprised to see guys trying to work that fastball on the inner third now against Moreno and try and get him to jam one over to short.
They definitely have to pitch in there, and they see the weakness.
Ground ball off the mound, backhanded by the second baseman, Ketel Marte. And the throw to first in time. I don't know if that bounce off the hill took a little speed off that grounder or not, but regardless, it's a fine play up the middle. And the D-backs now 2 outs, nobody on for Perdomo.
It was a nice swing by Moreno. I think that ball did just get slowed up enough to make this an easier play for IKF, but still a nice job and a great pick over there at first by Joe.
Perdomo batting left-handed. He'll take a strike from Keller. Fastball at 94, count is 0-1. Keller an out away from 3 perfect innings to start his night. Now the 0-1, and it's taken inside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Mitch Keller just filling up the strike zone, getting ahead of almost every hitter here for the Diamondbacks tonight.
1-1, Perdomo well out in front of the pitch, pulls it on the ground foul, and now it's 1-2.
Keller doing it with all of his pitches as well. He's mixing up his fastball, the 4-seamer, and the sinker. A lot of sweepers, and then mixing in a little bit slower slider as well.
1-2, ground ball right side and into right field, a base hit. Past the dive of Ketel Marte. And the D-backs keep this inning alive with a 2-out single.
Just putting the ball in play here, trying to find something. He gets a hole. Good effort by IKF over a second, but Perdomo able to find something and get some action going here for the Diamondbacks.
That's the first hit of the game, presented by New Vision Auto Glass. New Vision and the Arizona Diamondbacks Foundation are teaming up to donate funds to veterans with every hit this season as part of the Hits for Heroes program. Big lead at first. Carroll swings and hits one weakly foul towards his own dugout. No balls and 1 strike. Carroll struck out looking against Keller. Back in the top of the first. 1-0 Pirates with the lead, 2 outs in this 3rd inning. And Keller from the stretch is 0-1. That's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Going to be tough to steal bases tonight off of Mitch Keller. He has almost no leg kick from the stretch. He really just picks his foot up and starts his movement forward. Just a quick slide step, so not much time for that runner at first to get any kind of a jump.
Now the pitch swung on by Carroll, and it's fouled away. It's now 1-2. Carroll trying to make it 20 consecutive games, reaching base safely. The longest active streak at the moment in the majors is 28 by Lane Thomas, who was just traded to Cleveland. 1-2 pitch. And Carroll takes strike 3. Second consecutive at bat that Carroll watches strike 3 go by. And that'll do it for the Diamondbacks here.
Brett Rooker joining the show in studio. We're going to talk hitting.
What are you thinking right here? That's 95 at the very top, and I at least foul it off. So I know I can cover it. If I make that same move and have that same mindset, I can cover the fastball at the top. And if I can cover that fastball at the top and at least foul it off with 2 strikes, then I know I'm on the rest of the pitches, and I know I've got time to adjust to it. Can we get a side view? One of the side views back up. And I think God,
he's going to work here. I know he's definitely ready.
Here he comes.
He's ready, man. Payoff in a big spot right here.
Sends it deep the other way. Donovan backing up to the track, to the wall. And Pavin Smith hits one off the wall. This will get 2 runs home. 8-1. Pavin Smith the other way. And Pavin trying to unload. Sends one out to right. And it's in the bullpen for a grand slam for Pavin Smith. and it's 14-1.
He's having quite a night. 6 RBIs.
The pitch. A little slow roller. Chapman. Bare hand. Got it! What a play!
Oh, look at him.
Chapman. A walk-off defensive play by Chapman. That is, of all the great plays he's made, that might be the greatest. That's as good a play to end a game as you could ever have.
Help businesses all over the world source the right technology components and manage the logistics to get their products to market. The components we distribute are likely in the products you use and depend on every day, from your car to your household appliances. Avnet, delivering what's next in technology distribution. Visit avnet.com to learn more.
Dbacks Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Bottom of the third inning, 1-0 Pirates in front. O'Neal Cruz leads off here for Pittsburgh. We mentioned Cruz coming off a 5-for-5 showing last night. First pitch he swings, and he tomahawks one on the ground foul. No balls, 1 strike to count. You look at the Pirates' record, and having now seen him quite a bit over the last week, as the 0-1 check swing, yes he did, says Junior Valentine, and the count is 0-2. Pitching good, bullpen pretty good, probably not as good as their starting rotation, but still nothing to be disappointed in. But where there are some gaps has been within their offense. As the 0-2, that's going to be well short from Montgomery. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. We kind of talked about it before, where the Pirates are just not getting the offensive contributions from Brian Hayes like they probably hoped they were going to get. They have not had a lot of real slug from their outfield outside of Bryan Reynolds. And the case remains the same here in 24. Swing by Cruz and a foul. The count is still a ball and 2 strikes. Joey Bart, part of the reason why he was sort of run out of town in San Francisco was because for all of these Buster Posey comparisons, the bat tool was miles away from obviously what potential Hall of Famer Buster Posey was bringing night in and night out. Here's the 1-2, and Cruz takes off the plate. But O'Neal Cruz is almost the good and the bad of the Pirates offense combined into one, because when he is at his best, it is superstar talent. And when it's at his worst, it looks like the Pirates offense what feels like over the last 10 years.
You're absolutely right. It's interesting, especially the difference between left-handed pitchers and right-handed pitchers, what he can do.
2-2. Good swing that time by Cruz, who fouls it away. Montgomery threw a sinker down the middle.
That is part of the maturation process of a young player. The talent is obviously there for him. It's how does he get in the box and stay in every pitch against a lefty? It's hard to really stay in there and not pull off of the off-speed pitches against the left-handed pitcher.
2-2, another check swing, but this time it looked like he held. And the count is going to be full here. 36 pitches by Montgomery. Nobody out. Bottom of the third.
We've seen it this particular at-bat, too, just against the lefty, right? He's had multiple check swings on breaking balls that have been down, and that last one was well below the zone. Still a check swing.
3-2, Montgomery missed inside. He walked him. Leadoff walk here to the Pirates shortstop. Got a missed opportunity for the D-back starter.
Against Cruz, that's a guy leading off the inning. The left-on-left numbers, you got to go right at him. He obviously is not trying to walk him right there. He's trying to throw strikes, but you got to take advantage of that, especially with Taylor on deck. You know you can get him, and then you have the top of the lineup to worry about.
First one to Michael A. Taylor. Swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. Taylor now hitting just .201 on the year. 4 homers and 20 RBIs. And Montgomery is 0-1. Shows bunt does Taylor. Did not go around. Pitch Pitch was in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thought for a moment prior to the at-bat, the Pirates might try and drop down a sacrifice bunt. Who knows, maybe Taylor was just showing on that pitch, but with the top of the order in McCutchen, wouldn't surprise me. See if they get Speedy Cruz in scoring position. Here's the 1-1. Taylor, no bunt this time, takes again in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. And this has kind of been the issue for Montgomery when the starts have not gone all that well. The changeup, the curveball, they're not thrown for strikes. And as a result, hitter-friendly counts, he's got to throw that fastball, and it gets turned around fairly easily. Here's a 2-1. Swung on, that is hit on a line out to left field. Hustling over Gurriel, he'll make the catch. And Cruz retreats back to first as there are now 2 outs. Pardon me, 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
That's the perfect example of exactly what you're referring to there. Is you get behind, if you're not able to throw the off speed to get yourself back into account, the guys are geared up for the fastball. And when you're throwing low to mid 90s, guys are able to catch up to that now easily. So if you get a major league hitter and he is hunting a fastball he knows he's going to get, that is dangerous territory.
Top of the order in McCutchen. He struck out his first time up. First pitch for Montgomery, and that is a fastball in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. I mean, take a look at the difference right now in the ball to strikes for Keller and for Montgomery. Keller has thrown 36 pitches. 29 of them have been in the strike zone. 29 to just 7 balls. And now Montgomery, his 1-0 pitch, swung on and lifted in the air to right center. McCarthy in medium depth center field makes the catch. And that is going to be out number 2. With that strike for Jordan Montgomery now, the lefty has thrown a total of 42 pitches, and 25 of them have been in the strike zone. So a little over 50%, whereas Keller is going to be closer to about 75, 80%.
Chris, you mentioned it this inning. You got to throw strikes with the off speed. I said it in the open. The key is going to be landing the curveball and the changeup for a strike when he's ahead or behind in the count.
Now Reynolds, who lined out to right field his first time up, he'll take down low for ball 1. Pirates lead 1-0. 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd. And Joey Bart, a solo home run in the previous inning. Nice crowd in attendance here at PNC Park. And the 1-0. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. Jonathan Parra, our first base umpire.
Reynolds really been the guy in this lineup that has been the most consistent for this team. I mentioned Ketel Marte since June 1st, hitting .350. Right behind him in the National League is this guy here, Bryan Reynolds, at .330 in the last 2 months.
Montgomery's 2-0 pitch. And that is going to just miss the corner. We've seen some pitches on the other side be a little bit further off the plate that have been called strikes. And no such luck for Montgomery's. Instead of a 2-1 count, it's now 3-0.
Man, the first pitch of this at-bat right at the bottom of the zone doesn't get the call. That one right there, very similar, even a little bit better, does not get that call either.
And 3-0 is outside ball 4 to be a 4-pitch walk. So both base runners this inning for Pittsburgh have come on free passes. And now the number 3 hitter, Connor Joe, will come to the plate with a chance to add to this Pirate lead.
Montgomery right here just has to come back, and Connor Joe's going to be ready for that fastball. The guy you mentioned earlier, much better against lefties, does have some juice in that bat. So it would be great for him to be able to land a curveball first pitch or land a changeup, a guy that's going to be aggressive here with a man in scoring position.
2 outs, the first pitch, and Connor Joe takes in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes the count. That is the one thing about the Pirates, and putting the irony aside that the Pirates lead because of a homer. In general, this team just does not hit very many home runs. In fact, in terms of National League opponents, 1-0 is down low for ball 2, and now Moreno going to talk things over with Montgomery. The only National League teams with fewer homers than Pittsburgh this year, the Washington Nationals with 89, but a lot of their game is built on stealing bases. The Miami Marlins, they've got 97 homers, and then they're the Pittsburgh Pirates with 103. Pardon me, 109. Tampa Bay Rays, ones with 103. They're obviously in the American League.
You mentioned the Marlins there. They've traded away a couple of guys that are high up on the list in their team in home runs. They're playing tonight, and Josh Bell and De La Cruz for the Pirates.
So not really something that the Pirates can rely on. And that's why issuing walks really kind of stings. You're just putting guys in scoring position. You're making it a much easier job for an offense that just does not slug the ball. 2 balls, no strikes. And Montgomery ready. The lefty. He throws. Swing and a miss by Joe. Fastball, well located one. We'll make it 2-1 now.
That swing from Joe, you could see coming out of his shoes. He was ready for a 2-0 fastball, and he got it. Just not able to catch up. It was kind of up and away from him, running away from his bat.
2-1 pitch, and Montgomery missed downstairs ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike.
And Jordan's trying to do what we're talking about. He's trying to throw the off-speed pitches for a strike to get himself back in the count. He's just been missing consistently down below the zone with those.
3-1 pitch, and a strike called. That'll make it 3-2. He thought it was ball 4. He was getting ready to drop the bat and some of the accessories as well. But instead, it's a full count. And with 2 outs, the runners will be off on the next pitch. A base hit could potentially score 2. Cruz at second, Reynolds at first. And a big pitch here for Jordan Montgomery. Here comes the 3-2. Swing and a ball hit well out to left. But it's playable for Gurriel. He's going to make the grab. And the inning is going to come to a close. So the 2 walks do not hurt Montgomery or the Diamondbacks. Pittsburgh strands 2. And we're on to the 4th.
Now it's time for Eyes on the Ball Player. Can you find Logan Webb in this photo of Giants fans?
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the right-hander, Logan Webb. Logan Webb with 6 shutout innings. Got him. Logan Webb being Logan Webb. Take a look at the slider, and he saved it for a 2-strike surprise. Perfect location. This is one of the better pure pitchers in baseball. Logan Webb will chew through a lineup in a hurry.
And there he is.
And now Julio has a chance to win it in the bottom of the 10th. That's your ball game! Julio wins it in the 10th inning! They'll all go home happy tonight. How about that? That was a bullet, too. He hit an absolute line drive into right center field. Inside out swing. So really, that's a great approach right there.
Drives one to right field. It is gone! Was threatening that corner, and it just stayed fair. The 200th home run of Shohei Ohtani's career.
200th home run, hit it at almost 108 miles an hour off the bat. Beautiful swing, just fair. Congratulations, Shohei. That's quite an accomplishment.
With the elite.
Hey, Dbacks fans, Dr. Jay Schwartz, the Team Eye Doctor for your Arizona Diamondbacks, has 3 Valley locations, one in Mesa, one in Scottsdale, and one in Glendale for all of your eye care needs. Call 480-483-EYES or go online at teamidoc.com.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Ketel Marte leads off the top of the 4th inning. And he will take a first pitch strike. Count is 0-1. Keller, but the Pirates just continues to pump strikes in the zone. The 0-1 now. And that is strike 2. Ketel thought it was a little bit low. And he is right, but not going to matter.
Junior Valentine says it's a strike, so not much you can do now. Not happy with that call, but he's down 0-2. He's got another strike to work with. Just got a battle here against Mitch Keller.
And the 0-2 pitch is swung on and fouled back. That was right around his knuckles. But Ketel has such elite hand-eye coordination to go with elite bat speed, so very rarely does he swing and miss. It does happen sometimes when he really tries to go and power one out of here. The 0-2, swing and a miss. He had to reach for one off the plate, and unfortunately for Marte, he is down on strikes.
Chris, sometimes what happens when you have an umpire that you feel is calling some pitches that might not be strikes, you get in your head, hey, I might have to expand a little bit here because I don't know if this pitch is going to be called a strike. That's what happens here on strike 3. Sinker running away from him off the plate.
First pitch to Peterson, swung on and tapped foul. Right now, Power Sports and Polaris make an unbeatable lineup. See the full line of Polaris off-road vehicles at any of the 8 Arizona Right Now locations. 1-0 Pittsburgh. And an 0-1 count to Peterson. Keller fires, but he misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Look, Keller used to be the guy in this Pirates rotation, and people thought that, as they were going to build out the roster, he would be finding guys to complement him. That pitch going to miss wide of the mark as well. 2-1 the count. And then along came Paul Skeens as the right-handed Keller into his windup. And the 2-1, swung on, hit well, down the right field line. Unfortunately, it's got that hook spin, and it goes foul to make it 2-2. Had the distance, just not quite the accuracy.
Yeah, we're going to get a chance to see Paul Skeens tomorrow, but you mentioned it, Skeens and Keller, a great 1-2 punch at the top of a rotation.
Way outside from Keller there, and the count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And some would even make the argument that the number 2 behind Skeens, who is very clearly one of, if not the most dominant pitcher in baseball right now, would be Jared Jones. And now time called. But Keller was right into his motion when he asked for time. No pitcher ever appreciative of such a tactic.
Not a bad tactic to try, though, if you're the hitter right now, the way Keller is going.
3-2. Swung on and rolled foul. But when you have a legitimate 3, and especially a 3 as good as what the Pirates can carry out, this is from evidence last year. First a 3-2 pitch, swung on and again fouled. If you're the Pirates, you just need to now build a roster that is able to navigate through a regular season. Elite playoff teams, ones that are favored or go on to win the World Series, typically have great starting pitching at the very front, at least a top 2, and then a really dynamic bullpen. 3-2, another swing and another foul. Great regular season teams, the ones that win a bunch of games throughout the year, yes, they do have good starting pitching. Yes, of course, they have to have a good bullpen. Without those, it's going to be tough to win. But they have offenses that can put up runs typically every night throughout 162. 3-2 pitch, just outside ball 4, and an A+ at bat for Jock Peterson as he draws the 1-out walk.
It's an excellent point about building a roster. The other things those teams have is they have the depth, right? You know you're going to get some injuries throughout the year. You know not everyone is going to be swinging the bat at the same time, so you're going to have some depth up and down the lineup if guys do go down or get cold. So you got to find a way to build those extra pieces in there.
Here's Josh Bell. He'll take a fastball for his strike. The count is 0-1.
Jared Jones today, I watched him throw his live batting practice on the field before everyone was here, and man, he has got some electric stuff as well.
0-1 to Bell, swung on and fouled. It's the commitment to excellence, Huffy, that is what has ingratiated you to this always grateful fan base. Get here to the park nice and early. Just you and the Pirates. Rain or shine, they say. Here's the 0-2. Low and in. You glean any useful information from that session?
Not particularly from that session, but it's just nice to get to the ballpark and you'll be able to do the work up here in the press box. And you can't disagree with me. This might be the best view in baseball up here from this press box.
1-2 the count. And that one to Bell, swung on, hit towards the left center gap. And racing over is Taylor. He'll make the grab. Back to first goes Peterson now. 2 down in the inning for Lourdes Gurriel Jr. I don't think I can argue with you on that one. I think where we are privileged to have the chance to broadcast from, because I know not every team feels as passionately about sending their radio crews out on the road. Be able to see the Allegheny River, the Clemente Bridge. It's a very just aesthetically pretty stadium as well. That pitch, a called strike. From just a view standpoint, it's either here, in my opinion, or Oracle Park in San Francisco.
Yeah, tough to argue with those two. But I enjoy just getting to the ballpark. I like seeing the field. I like being able to do my work up here and getting here early. It's just something I did when I played, so it's very comfortable for me to be at the ballpark and do my work here. 1 ball
and 1 strike now on Gurriel. He grounded out to third his first time up. 2 outs in this 4th inning. The Pirates with a 1-0 lead.
Some better at-bats here this inning. A great one by Jock, and then Bell right there hit a bullet to left center, but Taylor able to run that one down.
1-1, low and outside. And now it's 2-1 in Gurriel's favor. Keller back to the stretch. He's ready. And now it's 2-1. Just off the plate, ball 3. Tried a sweeper, it looked like. And this is one of the rare hitter-friendly counts the D-backs have had all game long.
That's right. He's been trying to go down and away. He's just missed with those pitches that he hasn't been missing with earlier.
And that's going to miss ball 4. A fastball, and he just missed it low and away. Second walk given up by Keller here in the 4th. And that brings up McCarthy.
What's interesting is they didn't try to go in on Gurriel right there. You mentioned it to Moreno earlier, the way that they swing the bat and drive the ball the other way so well. They do the same thing to Gurriel a lot. That's how they got him out last night. They really do a good job of getting in on Gurriel's hands, and that's the way that most teams get him out. So didn't try to do that at bat, just kept missing away.
Very brief mound visit between pitcher, catcher, and third baseman. So here is McCarthy. He's a tough guy to double up. So unless he really stings one on the ground right to an infielder, you hopefully like your chances of avoiding that. Pardon me, there's 2 outs, so don't have to worry about that. Here's the pitch. And a strike called. Marte struck out to begin the 4th, and then Bell, the fly out to left center field. Nice play was made by Taylor in that particular at bat. But a couple of walks, tying run in scoring position. And the 0-1 to McCarthy, swung on, grounded towards first, fair ball, sliding over is Joe, and he makes a strong underhand toss to Keller at the bag, and the inning comes to an end. So the Diamondbacks get 2 on, but they strand a pair without scoring. And we go to...
Can you find Pete Alonso in this sea of Mets fans?
Alonso drives one deep left field, and it's out of here. Pete Alonso with his 2nd home run of the day. Pete Alonso keeps on raking. Just very strong.
And there he is.
bases, putting his team on top here 7-0.
Elevate to celebrate, and James Wood demolishes this ball.
RiverRewards.com.
Celebrate Faith and Family Night at Chase Field on Friday, August 9th, when the D-backs take on the Philadelphia Phillies. Stick around for a post-game concert with Casting Crowns presented by Chick-fil-A. For tickets, visit dbacks.com/faith.
D-backs Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Well, we welcome you back to PNC Park. Unfortunately, we've got some bad news as the tarp is now on the field. It has not started raining yet, but clearly the information that the grounds crew have here for the Pirates would suggest that something is coming, and it's coming quickly if they didn't even want to try and get 5 innings in the book. So the bad news, Tuffy, is that we're going to have to wait this one out a little bit. I suppose the good news, if anything, is Diamondbacks get a chance to maybe reset offensively, looking like a tough test against Mitch Keller. By the way, D-backs trail 1-0 on a solo home run from Joey Bart in the second, but depending on how long this delay is, it certainly could affect the availability.
You know, you have a chance to come back out.
That's something that Eflin doesn't do very often, is walk people. And the Cleveland Guardians
over the Orioles Radio Network.
WBAL, WIYY HD2 Baltimore. This is WBAL News Radio 1090 and FM 101.5.
Runner at first, nobody out. Zach Eflin deals, and Angel Martinez rockets one out to deep right field. Santander back of the wall, and he can't get it. It'll clear the fence in deep right field. Martinez has his third of the year, and it's 2-0 Guardians. The rarest of rare occurrences for Zach Eflin, issuing a free pass, and on the very next pitch, the Birds are down 2-0. The 22-year-old in his 26th game in the major leagues stings one into the seats in right, and it's 2-0. Jose Ramirez bats and gets a fastball in the inside corner for strike one. Eflin rocks into the line. The pitch. Ramirez batting left-handed, had it revved up, takes a strike on the top bar of the zone. 0-2. One day there will be a ceremony for this guy. The 0-2. Up and out. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This season, he has surpassed Albert Bell's home run total for Guardian home runs in franchise history. He's got a long way to go to get to Jim Thome. A 1-2. Bounced sharply on the ground to the right side. It's funneled up by Jackson Holliday deep at second base. They'll play it over to first, retiring Jose Ramirez. And there are 2 away. 2-0 Guardians on the Martinez home run. You know, not only is Jose Ramirez just completely embraced here in the community for the long-term and very sweetheart hometown discount deal that he signed, he's such a valuable part to the community and that clubhouse. Josh Naylor rolls the first pitch towards the Orioles dugout, foul on the first base apron for strike one. But everything that he does on the diamond defensively, offensively, he's a superstar within the game. You know he's going to be forever enshrined here. And you wonder if eventually there's a stop in Cooperstown for Jose Ramirez.
That's what Brandon Hyde said today on the manager's show. He's that good.
He really is. And there are a number of people that overlook just how good he is. The 0-2 pitch to Naylor. Chased a high fastball and fouls it back. Stays 0-2.
I'm old enough to remember when the conversation here was, who should the Guardians, then Indians, invest in long-term? Frankie Lindor or Jose Ramirez? Let's just say that Cleveland chose wisely.
The 0-2 pitch. Topped on the right side of the diamond towards the hole. Shuffling to his right. Mountcastle feeds. The pitcher coming over to cover. It's a 3-1 bounce out as Eflin kicks the cushion and retires the Guardians here in the third inning. They're on the board. Angel Martinez, third major league home run, is a 2-run shot, and Cleveland's got a 2-0 lead over Baltimore after 3 over the Orioles Radio Network. Alex.
That pitch not going to count. We have a balk? Yeah, we have a balk. Yeah, I don't think he stopped. I don't think Boyle stopped. And Judge takes advantage. High, deep, and gone. Aaron Judge gives the Yankees a 2-0 lead. Well, that balk eliminated a potential strike out. Exactly. And then Judge just smashed it to right field.
Ohtani scalds another baseball. Base hit in right field. Pfaadt struts home. 3-0 Dodgers.
That came off the bat
at 119 miles an hour. Like, if I'm playing first, I don't want any part of that. That's the hardest of his career, 119.2, wow. If you're keeping track at home. I mean, thank goodness that wasn't at somebody.
Raffaello with a fly ball to right field, tagging up. It'll be Yoshida. He will scamper in to score. And there's a shot down the line. He hooks that one all the way to the track.
They have a day, Sadon. Double, then clears them.
And that ball is out of here. What a day for Sadon Raffaello. There's a drive. That one sucked. Dahlbeck will score. 7 RBIs for Sadon Raffaello.
It's 2-0 on the Angel Martinez home run. Ryan Mountcastle, Gunnar Henderson, and Anthony Santander, 2, 3, and 4 on the card, trying to get the offense started for the O's. Mountcastle's hitless in this series, now 0 for 9. Right-handed batter looks out at the young lefty. Hands just off the letters in front of his face, and he deals. A fastball over the top part of the zone for strike 1. Seems like the entire life of Joey Cantillo, he's been chasing velo. He's found it in the last couple of years. The 0-1. It's down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike on Mountcastle. He is the 6th and final piece of that big trade from San Diego, and the package that was sent to Cleveland to acquire Mike Clevenger. Pitch bounces up to the plate on a changeup held too long by the lefty. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike on Mountcastle. That deal was struck in the 2020 campaign. It's been a long-awaited arrival for Joey Cantillo. Protected the last couple of years on the 40. 2-1 off the cup end of the bat, rolled into the open end of the near side of the dugout. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Mountie. Deep in the right-handed batter's box. Slightly bent back. As Cantillo deals, he straightens. And he swings and he hits a 2-hopper back to Ramirez. Flat-footed, he fields, long throw at first. Dug out by Naylor, but it's not in time. Ramirez played that ball back on his flat feet, threw from his heels, and that cost him an out. It'll go down as an infield single for Ryan Mountcastle. And it looks like Stephen Vogt hears quickly from the video replay room about a challenge. I think that's what we're going to have.
Cleveland's challenging the safe call at first base.
That's the third base umpire, Andy Fletcher, on the microphone. The call was made by Corey Blazer on the other corner. A bang-bang play. Mountcastle losing the helmet as he goes through the first base bag. His teammates elated in the background of that picture about Mountie being safe. The crowd is seeing it, reacting, and they all feel that it's an out. On the bounce.
After review, the call in the field is overturned. Runners out. Cleveland retains their challenge.
Holy smokes, it's almost like New York reacted to what they heard in Cleveland. Immediately as the crowd sees it for the first time, Guardian fans erupt. The microphone pops on, and Ramirez gets the putout. And Mountcastle has his infield single wiped away. A 5-3 on the bounce out. Brings up Gunnar Henderson. O's trailing 2-0. We're at the top of the 4th. Cantillo's fastball tails outside, ball 1. Henderson starts the day pretty nice in the overall numbers. 8th in on-base percentage in the American League. 6th in slugging, OPS, and hits. Fastball on the outside corner called strike. And it's 1-1 on Henderson. 21 doubles, 6 triples, and 28 home runs. 5th in extra base hits, 3rd in total bases, 3rd in walks, with 56 of them for Gunnar Henderson. Pitch down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike on Gunnar. 0 for 1 tonight, popping up in foul territory. And just 2 hits that both happened in the opener on Thursday night here in Cleveland. And 0 for 4 last night. The 2-1. Line to the gap in left center field, sinking quickly. Schneemann on the move, has to play it on a bounce. Opposite field single for Gunnar Henderson. Laid it up nicely in left field. Second hit of the night.
I know it's only the top of the fourth, but given the nature of the Cleveland bullpen, time and outs are of the essence right now in this game with the Orioles already trailing.
The record tells you that Cleveland is the best team in the major leagues. Their bullpen, numbers-wise, proves it. They're outstanding. Santander on the right-handed batter's box. Takes high, ball one.
With all due respect to Joey Cantillo, making his second major league start, someone who had about a 4 ERA in AAA this year, you can't make him look like Sandy Koufax tonight.
This guy can make him hang his head, Santander, who checks in on the lead of Henderson over at first. That's a wise move. Gunnar will run on right-handed and left-handed pitchers. He's got 14 stolen bases in 16 attempts this year. Anthony Santander, after an early afternoon home run by Aaron Judge, now trails Judge by 9 home runs for the major league lead. He swings and misses through the 1-0. 1 ball and 1 strike on Anthony. Now 1 for 8 in this series. A sacrifice fly last night to get one of the runs across for the Birds, and he belted his 32nd home run of the season on Thursday. He'll take a fastball across the knees. Get Cotillo in front 1-2. Anthony last night failed to reach base for the first time in 19 consecutive games. That tied a career high on base streak. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cantillo brings it home. And a curveball line in between Ramirez and Rocchio, a base hit. Henderson, a wide turn around second base, will power down. Station to station for Henderson and Santander on back-to-back singles here in the 4th inning for Baltimore. Well, this is the pressure that you want to mount on a young pitcher, just trying to get his sea legs into the big leagues. He was bounced early in Philly in his major league debut last weekend, and now can the noise start here in this 4th inning. Pressure being applied with a 1-out single by Henderson, followed by Santander. First and second, 1 down for Eloy Jimenez. First pitch. Change up low on Jimenez for ball 1. Jimenez had all those years on the south side of Chicago, looking for greener pastures in Baltimore. The 1-0. Bounces the plate again. Boy, that changeup is stuck in his hand a couple of times. This guy can club it, and hopefully there's some thunder left in that bat after the huge splash that he made as a rookie, where he finished 4th in Rookie of the Year balloting with his 31 home runs, driving in 79, and an 828 OPS. In the COVID season, his OPS went up to 891, but 2-0. Jimenez backs away from a fastball, and it's 3 balls and no strikes.
I can't imagine in his 3rd plate appearance with the Orioles, you'd green light Jimenez here, but you never know.
I would. Turn it loose, big man. 3-0. He is taking, and it's an inside corner. A gift, perhaps. It might have been in tight, and Jimenez thought it was ball 4 to get him aboard over at first, and he might have been right looking at the Fox telecast on the strike box.
Now the big guy can let it fly.
3-1 with 2 on. Go ahead run at the plate. The pitch. Swinging a line drive into left field. That's down for a base hit. Great read by Henderson as he streaks around third. He'll come in to score. It's the first hit as a Bird for Eloy Jimenez. He gets Baltimore on the board with an RBI base hit. And it's 2-1 Cleveland here in the 4th. That ball was absolutely smoked into left field. He turned it on with that 3-1 pitch, and he laced it into left. No doubt about it, in the mind of Gunnar Henderson, he knew it was going to get past Ramirez and Rocchio, and he bolted in from second base.
Well, there's still some thunder in that bat for Jimenez. That was great to see. You'd love just to see him feel good and get back to the player not only he once was and everyone expects him to be, but the one he knows he can be. And that's a big swing in this ballgame, Ben. The Orioles 3 consecutive singles on the left field, and here comes the kid.
Carl Willis, the pitching coach, making a mound visit with runners on at first and second, and 1 down here in this 4th inning. The tying run moves into scoring position for the 22-year-old who made his major league debut yesterday here in Cleveland. Jacoby Mayo. Right-handed hitter, stares out at the lefty. One down in the fourth. And the pitch. Fastball zips in there for a called strike. Mayo was chatting with you before the ball game, and he was going over the sequence of working that first plate appearance to take a couple of very difficult pitches to lay off. Didn't show that he was too eager, but felt like he collected a base hit when he walked. The 0-1. So we got a bounding ball on the left side of the diamond. Ramirez into the hole, snares it, taking away a play at second base because he juggled it. He'll make the throw to first to retire Mayo, but he will move Santander over to third base, and Jimenez stands in scoring position with a go-ahead run at second. Now at 2 down.
Yeah, the ball and Santander arrived at the same time to Ramirez. So that's a really tough play. It hit way too slowly to turn 2. And he did double clutch it too, you're right. But he made an accurate throw to get Mayo. But now a base hit here by Cowser can give the Orioles the lead.
Golden's been swinging the bat very well, carrying a 15-game hit streak to the plate. And a first pitch curveball in tight on Cowser, lefty on lefty. 22 for 57 with 7 extra base hits over his last 15 games. 1 for 5 with an RBI last night. 1 for 2 with a double on Thursday. Cut and a miss over the slider. 1 ball, 1 strike. Anchored on the third base end of the slab. Cantillo readies the pitch. Low. 2 balls and 1 strike on Cowser. Right now in a cluster of consecutive games with hits for the Major League lead. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. homered in the Bronx in his first at-bat earlier today to stretch out right now the longest active hit streak in the Major Leagues, getting it to 16. The 2-1. Ripped to first base. Diving stop made by Naylor. Pops up and the ball stuck in the leather. He's got no play, and the game is tied. Santander racing in with 2 outs. He scores from third as Naylor makes an unbelievable play, diving on top of the line beyond first base, but the ball got lodged in the webbing of his glove. Cowser will pick up an infield RBI single, and we're tied 2-2.
It really did. Now, did Cantillo break to the bag at first? I think he assumed that was going to get by him and get down the right field line. It may not have mattered. It got completely lodged in the webbing. I've never seen that quite like that before, but Cowser still beat Cantillo to the bag.
Here's James McCann, who tops away the first pitch, shearing off the curveball for strike 1.
Naylor's play still saves a run, by the way, and it keeps Cowser off second base in scoring position. So that's still a great defensive play.
Infield single for Cowser. He's now hit it 16 consecutive. So that streak will continue into Sunday. We're tied 2-2 here in the fourth. Runners at the corners. McCann at the plate. Cantillo checks in on a short lead by Cowser at first. The pitch. And McCann takes the curveball low. 1 ball and 1 strike on James McCann. Batting in consecutive frames. Led off a 1-2-3 third inning at bat, grounding out to second base. Jimenez on at third. Cowser with a good lead now at first. Cantillo to the plate, and McCann fouls it away. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the number 8 hitter. A homer for the Guardians made it 2-0. Birds have scratched for a pair here in the fourth to tie the game. A 1-2. Swing and a foul back. What a good rip at a high fastball made by McCann. He was on time, but just couldn't square it. We've seen the fastball. Cantillo wants to reach back for a little extra, top out anywhere between 95 and 97 miles an hour. Action starts behind the left-hander in the bullpen. The 1-2. That's high and tight. Slightly bending McCann back at the waist. It is really remarkable how comfortable James McCann looks now in his second start since taking a fastball on Monday in the face. The 2-2. Breaking ball in the air, out to right field, circled by Thomas. He'll get there, make the call, make the catch, and retire James McCann and the Orioles. But the Birds come up with a pair to square the score on 4 singles. 2 men left in this 4th inning. We're tied 2-2 midway through the 4th on the Orioles Radio Network.
With us today, a developer from SeatGeek. Quick question. My son's wedding clashes with the baseball game.
We do not mess up your name. We pride ourselves here on MLB Central. That's right. Right?
That's
on
right.
getting them right. We have a little game for you. Are you ready? Blow or Lau had his first big league hit against Nathan Eovaldi.
Wow.
No.
Oh. Your first knock's Eovaldi?
Off the end of the bat.
That's a nice one, though.
Yeah.
What were you thinking right there?
Oh, this is your first knock? That doesn't count.
Have you ever hit 1,000 for a year?
There you go.
And Lawrence Butler sends one out towards center field, and it's going to get in the bullpen. Lawrence Butler with another homer. And Lawrence Butler to left field and tracking back at the wall, jumping. It's gone. He's been their calling card. Is he going to make it 3? Lawrence Butler's second deck. He has announced himself with authority today.
Here's the guy that brings more oohs and ahs than any of them. Shohei Ohtani. 3-1. Shohei Ohtani, first Dodger home run. Okay, you can sign it. It's a signature. Worth the wait, and it got out in the blink of an eye.
And 2, Donovan runs, Goldschmidt takes, strike 3, throw to second to tag, double play. Runner goes, Higashioka's throw is great, and they got him again. And Higashioka
on the Maryland shores, dealing with some significant thunderstorms rolling through the area, many without power, but cranking up the batteries and bringing Orioles baseball alongside tonight. Hopefully we can help pass the time. Lane Thomas, Andres Jimenez, and then Daniel Schneemann will bat against Zach Leflin here in the home 4th inning of a ball game that has had a number of surprises in it. And it's not the rookie with his 3rd home run of the big leagues. It was the walk to Stephen Kwan in the very next pitch then that was belted out. But the Orioles have bounced back. It's now 2-2 as we begin the 4th, and a first pitch strike into Lane Thomas. Orioles had 4 singles back in the top of the 4th inning. RBI base hit by Eloy Jimenez. And then an infield RBI single. There's a hard ground ball, foul, just skipping past the 3rd base bat. Thomas behind, no balls and 2 strikes. A National and now a Guardian. 0-2 to Thomas. Tails outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right in the meat of the order, batting 5th. Now 2 for 9 in the series. The 1-2. Fastball popped up. Shallow in right field. Retreating back from second goes Holiday. He's got his arms spread, but he's called off by Santander. He came a long way in to make that play on the fly. And there's 1 down. Encore performance for Zach Eflin after being acquired by the Tampa Bay Rays. Made his debut on Monday against the Toronto Blue Jays. Had the Twin Bill opener, where he went through 6 innings. He struck out 7. Had 10 hits allowed. It's a weird line when you look at it. And allowed 3 runs all in 1 swing. First pitch to Jimenez. A called strike on the top part of the zone. Addison Barger hit his first Major League home run. A 3-run shot. The only runs plated by the Blue Jays in an 11-5 Orioles win. Pitch upstairs on the second baseman. 1 ball and 1 strike. Left-handed hitter at the plate. The pitch. Swinging a line drive into right field, a base hit. Well, Andres Jimenez continues to annoy Zach Eflin. Zach Eflin has only made 1 career start prior to tonight against the Cleveland Guardians, and it was Jimenez who left his mark for Cleveland that day against the big guy, hitting a home run off of Eflin last August and going 4 for 5. So now lifetime, he's 5 for 7 against Zach Eflin. 1-out base runner here in the 4th of a 2-2 game. Daniel Schneemann, the batter, takes a big hack at a sinker for strike 1. Schneemann had a 2-out double in the second inning, and then Bo Naylor left him in scoring position. Outfield lined up straight away. The infield back with Henderson banked off towards the middle of the diamond at short. Eflin with the hands spread apart, turns to check in on the lead. Now brings the hands together. A long pause and deals. Swing and a miss. That's the cut fastball off the hand of Eflin, working the top part of the zone. And man, did Schneemann ever sell out on that cut. Made a pinch hit appearance on Thursday night. His first start in this series. Here's a hard ground ball and a bounce down to Mountcastle at first base. Goes to second for 1, and no return back to first base. Made by Henderson. That one hopper ate up a lot of time. Mountcastle did a slight leap, leaving his face to make sure that he corralled it very cleanly. Made the long throw over to second to take off Jimenez. And Schneemann is going to reach on the fielder's choice.
There's a little bit of controversy here, Ben, because Jimenez did, kind of a wily veteran play and started racing back to first base just to kind of disrupt everyone's timing. Henderson had no lane to throw back to first base. I think he has a chance to get the double play here. That time, Jimenez never bailed out of the way, and if Henderson lets that one fly, it's going to knock Jimenez down in the coconut.
Here's the pitch. That's a curveball that stays outside on Bo Naylor. Yeah, it's a little bit of an interesting play, and boy, have we ever seen some interesting baseball plays just in 72 hours in this city. Schneemann on at first, short lead, the pitch, swing and a miss. But over top of the curveball.
I guess at that point, it's up to Henderson to clear the runner and make the throw. Or is the runner supposed to bail out of the way and make some effort?
Runner goes from first, the 1-1 taken outside. McCann with a throw and a bounce down to second. In time to get the out. Henderson slapped the tag down on the hands of Schneemann. He's caught stealing. And that will retire the side. Boy, that is today's play that makes us smile. Brought to you by Affordable Dentures and Implants. Call 1-800-DENTURE today. We are through 4 here in Cleveland. Off to the 5th we go.
Strike. Oh, that pitch not going to count. We have a balk? Yeah, we have a balk.
Yeah, I don't think he stopped. I don't think Boyle stopped.
And Judge takes advantage. High, deep, and gone. Aaron Judge gives the Yankees a 2-0 lead. Well, that balk eliminated a potential strike 3.
Out, exactly.
And then Judge just smashed it to right field.
Welcome to the big leagues, Rhys Hines. What a way to splash in the show. Big league debut, big league bomb. What an arrival on the biggest stage in baseball. Rhys Hines makes baseball history. The first man ever to launch 5 extra base hits in his first 2 games.
He sends one deep to right field. Ranging back is Nootbaar at the wall. There it is. History for Pete Alonso. Home run number 200. Just the fourth Met all time to hit the mark. And he slashes the Cardinal lead in half. 200 home runs on his way for many, many more.
For an early bird Saturday with happy hour, live music, and so much more. Join us for the fun. Get your tickets at Orioles.com/tickets for the Colton Cowser Milkman t-shirt giveaway on August the 17th. We go to the fifth inning. We're tied 2-2, and back for the play-by-play story. Here's Brett Hollander.
Thank you, Ben. 2-2, top five. As Jackson Holliday leads off against Joey Cantillo and looks at a curveball outside. 1-0. Jackson got one to the wall in right field his last time up. Just missed going out. A 1-0. And he takes a fastball just high, very close. There is an appeal to third base where Andy Fletcher says Holliday held up. So it's now 2-0 to the batter. 9-1-2. 2 up for Baltimore here in the top of the fifth. Jackson tries to poke one the other way. It goes foul back of home plate. 2-1. Pivotal part of this game, given the greatness of the Cleveland bullpen. Cantillo's pitch count now at 85 for the rookie making his second major league start. So a huge opportunity here against Cantillo. The Orioles got to him in the top of the fourth. Curveball and a swing and a miss. 2-2 to Holliday. He took a mighty rip at it and came up empty.
There's a little bit of old school thought, I think, for Stephen Vogt in this situation where he wants the kid to qualify for a win.
The 2-2. That one skips away from the catcher Naylor. 3-2 to Jackson. Yeah, I'm sure you're right. He pitched really well in the first three frames, but the Orioles made some really hard contact against him in the top of the fourth, and he allowed 2 runs. The 3-2. Jackson in the air to deep left field. Schneemann racing back, getting turned around, turning around, and it bangs off the wall. And Holliday will make it to second with a slide. Schneemann got turned around on that. And then at the last moment, he turned around and saw it hit off the wall. So an opposite field double for Jackson Holliday to begin this top of the fifth. And that will do it for the rookie, Joey Cantillo. So like that, Cleveland going to the best bullpen in all of baseball, and the rookie is finished after going 4 plus a batter on this Saturday night at Progressive Field. And this pitching change here in Cleveland, it's brought to you by Point Breeze Credit Union. The Orioles have the go-ahead run at second base with a pitching change here at Progressive Field on the Orioles Radio Network.
Baseball can be...
Butler sends one out towards center field, and it's going to get in the bullpen. Lawrence Butler with another homer. And Lawrence Butler to left field and tracking back at the wall, jumping. It's gone. Has been their calling card. Is he going to make it 3? Lawrence Butler, second deck. He has announced himself with authority today.
Joey Cantillo in his second major league start goes 4 innings.
We do not mess up your name. We pride ourselves here on MLB Central.
That's right.
Right?
That's
on
right.
getting them right. We have a little game for you. Are you ready? Blow or Lau had his first big league hit against Nathan Eovaldi.
Wow.
No.
Oh. Your first knock's Evaldi?
Off the end of the bats.
That's a nice one, though.
Yeah.
What were you thinking right there?
Oh, this is your first knock?
Tom got a couple outs here last night. This is right on right against Austin Slater, who bunts it, pushes up the first base line. It's fielded in fair territory, and he has no play. That is a bunt base hit on a sacrifice attempt for Slater. Perfectly rolled up the first base line. Now that one may have eventually gone foul. Perhaps with the runner now at third, Avila felt he had to field the baseball. That was only halfway up the line, but the Orioles catch a break. Avila had no angle to throw out Slater at that point, and he just ate it. First and third, nobody out, and here's Ryan Mountcastle.
That is a mental breakdown in real time.
Time is called as the pitch is released, and it's a pitch clock violation on the pitcher Avila.
Avila had no play at first base. The only time you touch that ball, if it continues to hug the line and you think that the runner at third is going to try to score, then you have a decision to make.
I think you're right. That's just a mental blunder. 1-0 now to Mountcastle. And he fights one off foul out of playoff to a right 1-1. Well, the Orioles have to cash in here. Avila is a good pitcher, making his 29th appearance. A 3.14 ERA. He has 50 punch-outs in 48 2/3. But the reality is he doesn't have the stuff that's coming. So first and third with nobody out in the top of the fifth for Baltimore. 1-1 to Mountcastle. And he takes a fastball off the plate inside 2-1. Now Slater runs pretty well. He's at first. Never a great base stealer, but he has a couple of double-digit steal seasons in his career. That pitch down to Mountcastle, down to Wayne. It's 3-1 to Ryan. Opponents against Avila hitting .232. It's actually worse than his season last year, pitching for San Diego. The 3-1 on a line to shortstop, and the catch is made by Rocchio on a sinking liner. He's saying he didn't catch it. It was off the shoe tops, and that's going to be a double play. Everyone thought it was a line out, but then the second base umpire, John Bacon, said it was safe, and it was caught off the dirt by Rocchio, but Mountcastle had stopped running. Brandon Hyde is out. All the umpires will get together now. It's either a disaster for the Orioles, or it's going to be first and third with one out. Everyone thought, including Rocchio, the shortstop, that he caught it on a line. And it's going to be called a line out. So just one out and not a double play. First and third for the Orioles.
Rocchio did a good job trying to sell this. He went down to one knee. He did catch himself in between a little bit of where to go and how cute to get with this. But at the end, he decided to make the play to get the out. And he catches it on the fly, and it's clear. The closest umpire is the one that called it safe as if it was going to bounce, but that was not the case.
Well, here comes Gunnar.
At least they get the call right.
Holiday is at third. Slater's at first. Almost a disaster for the Orioles. Toss over to first base, and Slater back standing. Gunnar 1 for 2. He singled and scored in the fourth. Yeah, the umpires got it right. Looking at the replay, it was definitely caught on a line. A very soft sinking liner. Right now the Guardians looking for a double play ball. 2-2 game, top of the fifth. And the Orioles out hitting Cleveland tonight so far 7-3. This is right on left, and Avila's pitch. Gunnar chops his first base side foul. Past Anthony Sanders, the Orioles first base coach, down the line. And it's 0-1 to Henderson, who has not homered since July 14. That was the Sunday afternoon before the All-Star break, and a miracle win for the Orioles. Big game here in Cleveland tonight. The Orioles no longer in first place in the American League East. For the first time since June 26, they are looking up at the Yankees by half game. The 0-1, Gunnar hits this the other way foul, and it's 0-2. The Guardians, baseball's best team, they have won 5 in a row, and they have the best home record in baseball. The Orioles, who have struggled recently on the road, still second in baseball coming into this game with a 32-21 road record. Huge moment in this game, though. Henderson down the count 0-2 with Santander on deck. The pitch. Gunnar rips this into left field, and that's a base hit. It's down, and Holiday can walk home to score, and the Orioles grab the lead. 3-2 Baltimore on the two-strike base hit the other way by Gunnar Henderson. Now that was big. Slater now at second base, and the rally not yet done. First and second with just one out, and here's Santander. Now batting left-handed. Anthony, a big cut, and he fouls it at home plate, and it dribbles back to the screen. Back of home plate, 0-1. The fifth inning is brought to you by A Bright Idea, advertising and public relations. Make A Bright Idea part of your team. Visit ideadreamteam.com. Slater at second, Henderson at first. Good speed on the bases for the Orioles. The 0-1 pitch. Anthony takes one away for a ball. And it's 1-1. Well, Henderson, he was down 2 strikes. And then the question was, would Schneemann try and make a play on that? He had to play it on one hop. The pitch. Santander takes a strike at 95, top of the zone. And it's 1-2 to Anthony.
With Henderson, you love the good piece of hitting with a pitch that was able to be handled on the outside part of the plate. He took it that way. But Henderson hits the ball so hard, so often, you wonder, oh no, did he hit it too hard and gave the left fielder a chance?
The 1-2. A late emergency hack by Santander, and he shoots it foul out of play off to our left, 1-2. Santander with a club-leading 75 RBI. He also, as Ben mentioned earlier, third in baseball in home runs with 32, one back of Shohei Ohtani for second place. Here's the pitch. And Santander takes up and away for a ball, 2-2. The Guardians bullpen quiet behind the right-hander Avila. Eloy Jimenez on deck for Baltimore. The 2-2, a slow roller to the right side. Charging in the second baseman Jimenez. To second for one, on to first, out, double play. Nicely turned on a slow roller to the right side. And the Guardians get what they were looking for in a double play. But the Orioles do take the lead. 3-2 as we head to the last of the fifth here in Cleveland on the Orioles Radio Network.
Hey-o, fans. Aren't these days at the yard just the best? The sweet smells of...
We do not mess up your name. We pride ourselves here on MLB Central. That's right. Right?
That's
on
right.
Getting them right. We have a little game for you. Are you ready? Blow or Low had his first big league hit against Nathan Eovaldi.
Wow.
No.
Oh. Your first knock's Eovaldi?
Off the end of the bats.
That's a nice one, though.
Yeah.
What were you thinking right there?
Oh, this is your first knock? That doesn't count.
Have you ever hit 1,000 for a year?
There you go.
Jordan hits one into right field for a base hit. Jordan Alvarez, who crunches one deep to right. Forget about it. Hits this ball hard to center field. Back goes Julio, still going back near the wall. This ball's caught by Rodriguez. No, Jordan's going to go for third. And he hits one down the line in right field. This could be the cycle. Jordan heading to second base. He is going to get there.
The knee kick.
2-1, fly ball, left center field. Ohtani obliterated. That man is just built different. 451 feet on his 18th home run of the year. Now he turns on the first pitch of the 6th inning. Ohtani's done it again. 19th of the season, doubling the Dodger lead.
The one back in the 3rd inning was his second longest one of the year. This might have been the most majestic one.
And Mack lifts his ball high and deep to right. How about a walk-off Gray? Put that one in your Rockies opening day memory book. One pitch and Ryback says, I've had enough of this. 10-7 Colorado.
It couldn't have been scripted any better for Ryan McMahon.
A warm night. Eflin's been good so far. His first pitch of the fifth, outside 1-0. Eflin has thrown only 57 pitches. He's been very efficient. This one breaks outside for a ball, a curveball that missed. 2-0 to Bo Naylor. He was up when Daniel Schneemann was caught stealing. 8-9-1 due up for Cleveland. This pitch just off the plate inside, a sinker that missed, and a rare 3-0 count to start at bat for Zach Eflin. So the Orioles already have gotten into that Cleveland bullpen. They were able to grab a lead. The 3-0, there's a strike on the inner half to Naylor, 3-1. So far for Eflin, 4 innings of work, just 3 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, no strikeouts, and he's allowed a home run. There's a strike. That one gets the outside corner with a cutter, and the count now full, 3-2. So from 3-0 to 3-2 as Naylor calls time. On this Hall of Fame induction night here in Cleveland for the Indians and Guardians of the past. This is Luke Pfaadt at a play off to the left. Pretty cool moment in the Orioles dugout before the game when Jim Thome, who was, by the way, briefly an Oriole at the end of the 2012 season when the Orioles were making a playoff run, part of that 93 Miracle 2012 Orioles team. The Orioles acquired Thome, but he went to introduce himself to Jackson Holliday. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And he got him with a cutter. So from 3-0 to a punch-out, Eflin gets his first K. And for every Orioles strikeout thrown this year, Autumn Lake Healthcare makes a donation to the Alzheimer's Association. Autumn Lake Healthcare, senior care, and rehab for life's curveballs. 1 down, and the batter will be Brian Rocchio. The pitch by Eflin, curveball outside, 1-0. I actually was eavesdropping Ben a little bit, and I think I heard Thome say to Jackson, your dad was a hell of a player. The 1-0 way inside, it backs up Rocchio, 2-0. Thome, who still is, even though he doesn't have a bat in his hand and he's not in the box, I'm sure he's terrifying to all pitchers still. The 2-0. On the ground to the right side. Jackson's there. He has it on to first, 2 away.
Right on cue, Jackson Holliday gets a handle after his conversation with one of the all-time great players here in Cleveland and just a prolific slugger. He probably makes many pitchers that ever had to stare at him in the batter's box put rocks in their stomach again.
He is one of the all-time great sluggers in the history of the game. Of course, part of those middle 90s, late 90s Cleveland teams that were so good. Strike there to Stephen Kwan.
And we saw a bevy of them on the field today. Jim Thome was here. Kenny Lofton was on the field today. Victor Martinez was on the field today.
Kwan takes strike 2, 0-2. Kenny Lofton got a huge ovation. Manny Ramirez, in kind of vintage Manny form, was here today. They put a few organizational people in the Hall of Fame, and also CC Sabathia. The 0-2. That one runs away. A curveball that missed. 1-2. Well, those teams that won 2 pennants and 5 of 6 division titles. Pretty much the most perfectly constructed lineups you can think of, as this is shot foul off the bat of Kwan. Off the netting down the left field line. It remains 1-2. You had the great leadoff batter in Lofton. You had great defenders like Lofton and Vizquel. Thome, I think, started at third, went to first. Paul Sorrento was in the mix. Sandy Alomar was here, of course. For me, my best and worst memory of Sandy Alomar, he broke up a Mike Mussina perfect game in 1997, the 9th inning at Camden Yards. The 1-2 pitch. Kwan takes one high for a ball, 2-2. And to that end, that was 1997. The Indians that year won the pennant. They had Albert Bell, Carlos Baerga, who's also here calling the game actually on Spanish radio to our right. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Another punch out for Eflin. and he has a 1-2-3 shutdown fifth. And that 1-2-3 inning, that's today's fast play of the game. It's brought to you by the Maryland Lottery. Good start for Zach Eflin. The Orioles have a 3-2 lead as we head to the 6th at Progressive Field on the Orioles Radio Network.
Hey, O's fans.
Hits this ball hard, way back to right field. Soto doesn't even move. Ohtani has homered in the All-Star game. 28 so far in the regular season. And in his second at-bat in the All-Star game, he launches a no-doubt 3-run home run.
Well, he is so strong, so tall, and has leverage with that bat in his zone. I believe he gets a split in the middle of the plate and didn't miss it. He hasn't missed many with the Dodgers.
Here's the guy that brings more oohs and ahs than any of them, Shohei Ohtani. 3-1. Shohei Ohtani, first Dodger home run. Okay, you can sign it. It's a signature. Worth the wait, and it got out in the blink of an eye.
Evening as the sun sinks off to our left here in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, where they're having a busy one. Football stadium is packed as professional wrestling has this town buzzing, and so does their ball club. It's a packed house in front of us tonight as Eloy Jimenez tries to hold up first pitch from Pedro Alava, and he did lay off on the appeal to first. Jimenez making his first start as an Oriole has made an impact in this game when he got the Birds on the board with an RBI single in the fourth. Here's the pitch. Avila misses down low with a changeup, and it's 2 balls and no strikes on the number 5 hitter. Jimenez 1 for 2. Avila out of the windup. There's a swing and a ball shot through the right side, a base hit. Inside out swing from the veteran right-handed slugger, Eloy Jimenez. He's got a 2-hit night, and the Birds have their leadoff man aboard for the 3rd time tonight.
Now batting for the Orioles, third baseman, Kobe Mayo.
Here comes Kobe Mayo. Big league debut, surrounded by throngs of friends and family after the ball game last night. They're really going to have a moment to celebrate tonight after the ball game. Everybody that has come in the travel party will be on the field to take pictures and really embrace the moment. First pitch from the right-hander is downstairs on Mayo. Those with a 3-2 lead, batting in the 6th. A 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball flopped on the outside corner for a called strike on Mayo. Levels off the count of 1 ball and 1 strike. He made his major league debut and highly anticipated really over the last couple of weeks. Fans and media have just been able to forecast and pinpoint his debut. Swing and a miss at the 1-1, and it's 1-2. There were a number of significant promotions yesterday in Major League Baseball. Tampa Bay Rays brought up Cameron Meisner, and the Boston Red Sox brought up Nick Sogard. And he got a start at second base. 1-2. That's way outside from the veteran righty. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sogard made the start in Texas last night for the Bo Sox at second base, and he drove in 2 with his first hit in the major leagues. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Mayo. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ball, hit up the middle on a bounce, flagged by the second baseman. Ranger to his right. Jimenez beats Rocchio for one. Gets the out at second. On to first with a nifty play to get a double play. Man, oh man, Jimenez and Rocchio, flashy young players in the middle of the diamond for this Guardians club. A low line drive that was played softly on the bounce beyond the bag at second by Jimenez, ranging far to his right. Momentum carrying him off to the shortstop side and then fed it backwards on the crisscross with Rocchio. Bases empty, 2 down. Here's Cowser. That's outside, ball 1. Cowser with an RBI single back in the 3rd inning. Extended his hit streak to 16 straight. The 1-0. Outside corner, a called strike with a changeup. 1 ball and 1 strike on Colton. He's got the longest hit streak since Trey Mancini pinned together 17 consecutive games. The 1-1. That's outside. Fastball at 94 off the plate. So it's been a minute since a rookie has been able to put together a significant hit streak like Colton has been offering. Trying to keep the 6th inning going. The pitch. Fastball pops the glove on the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Cowser. Top of the 6th inning, 3-2 Birds. This frame brought to you by PNC. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. Nobody aboard. Avila out of the windup. But 2-2 to Cowser. That's low. Went soft again with the offering. Cups of coffee, his first 3 goes-arounds in the big leagues, 19, 21, and 22. By far and away, given the most opportunity in the majors this season. Avila deals way up and out. Full count pitch, missed up and away. And a walk with 2 down here in the 6th inning. So a free pass will extend this at bat in the 6th. That walk is brought to you by the Good Feet Store. Get out of pain and back to doing what you love at the Good Feet Store. Go to goodfeet.com to find the store near you and book your appointment today. And here comes the manager, Stephen Vogt. He's going to lift the ball out of the hand of Pedro Avila and make a pitching change. Top of the 6th inning, O's with a 3-2 lead here in Cleveland. This pitching change brought to you by New Look Home Design. Renew with New Look Home Design, your one-stop shop for roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Visit New Look.
Arise now. 1 out in the 9th. Line to center field, a base hit. Wade's coming around from second. Here comes the throw. He will be safe. Welcome to San Diego. Luis arrives. Walk-off base hit. Padres win it.
And it should be no surprise that Arise comes through with the big hit. Time to celebrate. Payoff in a big spot right here. Sends it deep the other way. Donovan backing up to the track, to the wall. And Pavin Smith hits one off the wall. This will get 2 runs home. 8-1. Pavin Smith the other way. And Pavin trying to unload. Sends one out to right. And it's in the bullpen for a grand slam for Pavin Smith. And it's 14-1.
He's having quite a night. 6 RBIs.
Langoliers to left center. Deep. Back goes Martin, and he'll jump in. Martin pulled it back. Austin Martin caught that ball. Austin Martin caught that ball, and this is going to be a double play. Look at him go up and rob Langoliers of a game-tying home run.
That is every outfielder's dream right there. Austin Martin hasn't played a ton of center field, but man, did he look good on that one. We're at first. Close play with Cowser diving back. Josh Naylor on the receiving end of that one. Rest of the infield is back, pretty much lined up straight away. That close play now is under a review. Guardians asking for their allotted 20 seconds. Check in with the video room, and they were late on the ask, I believe. And there's some frustration on the near end of that dugout bench, too, because of that. Sandlin to McCann, sidewinding right-hander. Hit the inside corner with a pitch, called strike one.
Yeah, they wanted a review, so they must have thought Cowser was out.
That could be a breakdown on a number of levels. McCann takes outside, 1-1 strike. Usually any close play automatically gets re-racked in the video replay room, so when the phone rings, regardless, there's an immediate response. Yes or no, and it's that simple. Runner at first, 2 out, the 1-1. McCann trails it out, just off the outside corner. And it's 2-1 strike. You have to simplify it because of the urgency, and we saw the urgency right there. That clock appears to move faster, but it's only allotted 20 seconds. A 2-1 pitch. Sandlin thought he had the outside corner, but it missed low. 3-1 strike now on McCann.
If McCann can reach, this move could really backfire because then you have the left-handed bat of Holiday.
Boy, has he been swinging it tonight.
And tonight,
3-1, fouled back.
Brandon Hyde has a few left-handed weapons on his bench if this thing continues to Austin Slater, who's right now in the hole.
McCann working his at bat with 2 down in the 6th. Runner at first. McCann tonight has bounced out and flied to right. 3-2. Runner goes and a pitch bounding towards Ramirez. Charges into flag it at third. He'll make the play to first in time to retire the Orioles here in this 6th inning. No runs, a base hit with a double play ball, and then a walk. 1 man left. 5.5 in the books here in the Berg. 5-3 Orioles over the Guardians. Over the Orioles.
You're one of the most humble players in the league, Cancer, and you always choose to celebrate your teammates' achievements over your own. You might see their contributions as more impactful to the greater good of the team, but they also need you. Instead of shying away from compliments and cheers, listen closely to see how much the game really needs you.
Center field. Robles back. Tie game! His deep shot here today evens the game. And Carnacion Strand wins it! Lucky number 13. He was 0 for 12. Back-to-back bombs. Down to their last out. The Reds take the day and the series.
Nickname of Polar Bear. He sends one deep to right field. Ranging back is Nootbaar at the wall. There it is. History for Pete Alonso. Home run number 200. Just the 4th Met all time to hit the mark. And he slashes the Cardinal lead in half.
200 home runs on his way for many, many more.
Great to have you along on the broadcast tonight. In the 4th inning, took the lead on an RBI base hit by Gunnar Henderson in the 5th. And now it's 3-2. Orioles moving into the home 6th. Ketel Martinez, who hit his 3rd home run in the big leagues, will lead it off for the Guards. And Jose Ramirez and Josh Naylor. Zach Eflin wheels back and deals. And there's a good fastball right across the knees for strike one on Martinez. He's up on the card tonight, batting second for Stephen Vogt. 1 for 3 with a walk and a run scored last night. Takes off speed outside. 1 ball and 1 strike on the rookie. Third baseman Mayo, even with the bag. Everybody else is deep. 1-1. That's low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Zach Eflin finding a new home here in Baltimore, wearing that Orioles orange tonight as part of a first round that was epic in 2012 when he was drafted. Mitch Martinez flared out a play off to the left. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the left-handed hitter. He was a Padres prospect, then traded to the Dodgers, and then went to Philadelphia in the Jimmy Rollins deal. The 2-2 pitch. Up and away from Eflin. 3 balls and 2 strikes. While in Philadelphia, working his way through the minors, he found lifelong friendship and certainly a home. Over 7 years in the major leagues that included 10 postseason outings in 2022. Martinez rifles it up the right field line, screaming into the corner. Foul. That ball was turned on and hit hard by Martinez, but he banked it foul a long way down the right field line. How foul was it? Oh, about 17 beer cans. There's a drink rail to the right of the pole where about 4 or 5 fans are in standing room situations. Three-two. Swinging a pop-up, shallow and left.
Inheriting the bases loaded with boy, he tried to go with that breaking ball. He just put a little bit of excellence.
Dirt. This is a position where the hitter has a big advantage. You know they don't want to walk a run in.
The pitch swung on. That's hit towards the right field corner. Is it fair? It is a foul ball off the top of the wall. Surely extra bases. But it just went foul by no more than 4 or 5 feet.
Just barely a good not able to keep it fair. Not a bad pitch, though. Up and in from Beeks. Tough one to handle, but Jock was all over it. If Beeks feels comfortable, this is where you would expect to see that cutter.
I have no idea how Jock hit that as well as he did. It's like he pulled his hands in towards his neck and then allowed the barrel to whiplash into the ball. Wouldn't recommend it. The 3-2 and time called. And what do we have here? It looks like Peterson was the one who was granted time. I was wishing there for a second maybe a pitch clock violation had been assessed, but no such luck.
Jock's a veteran. He did this earlier to Keller. You saw him with a late timeout call. Does it again right here to Beeks in a big spot. So trying to get a little bit of a mental advantage here is Jock.
He's trying to be a pest. Here's the 3-2. Swung on. That is hit deep to right field, but it is hit, I think, more foul than the first, and that one is going to go into the Allegheny. I mean,
you've now seen Jock demolish 2 balls in down the line. And if you're Jalen Beeks, you got to be thinking, I need to hit something on the outside corner.
3-2, swung on and fouled away. That might have been the best swing by Jock the entire at bat. Not because of what the ball did off the bat, but what Jock was able to defend. That was the best pitch that Beeks had thrown. A little fastball, 94, down and in, and it would have been strike 3.
Yeah, did a good job of spoiling that pitch right there.
3-2 now. Off the plate, ball 4, game-tying walk on an A-plus at bat by Jock Peterson.
We saw almost the exact same at-bat from him the previous time up before the rain delay against Keller. Worked a long one and got another walk. This one clutch to bring in that run, keep the bases loaded, and now you got Josh Bell coming to the plate with an opportunity to score a couple more.
Tied at 1. The D-backs are safe at home with Blue Sky Pest Control, the official pest control provider for the Arizona Diamondbacks in Chase Field. Bell, the switch hitter, batting righty. And the first one is in the dirt from Beeks. The count 1 ball and no strikes. I mean, that would have been just killer if the D-backs got nothing out of a bases loaded, nobody out situation. Now the 1-0, swing and a miss. It looked like a changeup just under the zone. The count is even at 1-1.
This is how he attacked Ketel Marte also. First pitch changeup, second pitch changeup, and then he went hard in.
1-1, swing and a miss. A changeup again. This one, instead of being under the middle of the plate, was a little bit off the outside corner to the right-hander. 2 off-speed pitches, and it's now 1-2. Beeks ready, the lefty throws. And Bell takes in the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You don't generally see 4 straight of the same off-speed pitch to a major league hitter, but Beeks loves that changeup to righties. It's because he has very good arm speed. It looks like a fastball coming out of his hand.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Finally went to the fastball, and he gets a strikeout to end the inning. But the Diamondbacks salvage the frame. They do get 1, and we go to the bottom of the 5th, all tied.
Hey, Jordan hits one high, hits one deep. In Mexico, it's gone for a 2-run home run. The big man makes it a 3-2 game as he crushes one to right center. And an infield hit, and Jordan drills one deep to center field. Oh my goodness, Jordan with a multi-home run game.
First home run, 461 feet. That home run, 461 feet.
Come on.
Eat responsibly.
Bring home a piece of the 2023 NL pennant. On August 10th, the first 30,000 fans will receive a National League Championship replica ring. Secure your tickets now at Dbacks.com.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Grab your favorite Pepsi products this summer at Fry's Food Stores and score points with the D-backs Rewards program. Points can be used for amazing merchandise, game tickets, and more. Visit frysfood.com/D-backs for details. Okay, Brian Hayes, the third baseman, will lead off for Pittsburgh. D-backs and Pirates tied at 1. Bottom of the 5th, here's the pitch. And Ciccone, who came into the ballgame last inning, missed high for ball 1. 3 innings for Montgomery, gave up 1 run on 1 hit. The home run, as we mentioned, to Joey Bart. And now the 1-0 is swung on and popped up. Who wants it? 4 Diamondbacks converging in, and it is Carroll, the last man standing. Ball in the glove. And there is 1 out here in the 5th inning.
That's the perfect pop-up priority play you work on early in the season, spring training, in between all three guys, second base, center field, and right field. Got to work on that communication. Nicely done right there to make sure that everyone's on the same page.
All right, here's a shortstop, O'Neal Cruz. And the pitch. Going to be at the knees for his strike. Ciccone starts him off with a slow curveball. 1-1 the count. Curveball at 76. He's got a fastball he can throw at 96. And the 0-1, there is the fastball. 97. As count evens up at 1-1 strike. Cruz actually drew a walk against Montgomery in his only plate appearance. The 1-1 swung on, and that is fouled. 1-2 strikes.
I love seeing that slow curveball from Slade Ciccone to get ahead in the count. It just really slows the batter down. And then the 96-97 looks even firmer coming in right after that.
Ciccone looking for the strikeout. And here is the pitch to Cruz. Could take that time. Another curveball. 2 strikes. Looks like the Pirates have another right-hander up in their bullpen. 2-2 now. Inside, that nearly hit him. And Cruz, a stare back at Ciccone. Did not appreciate 97. That inside.
That's not a bad pitch, though. I mean, 2-2 coming in, trying to get him to swing at something, jam him, but just too far in there.
3-2, mighty hack by Cruz. Got a fastball middle of the plate, and now it looks like Ciccone mad at himself, perhaps missing his location.
You saw Cruz. It looked like he timed that one up much better, so if he feels good with it, this is a great time for something slower.
3-2 again. Swing and a foul tip held on by Moreno. And Ciccone gets the strikeout.
He just feels good with that heater tonight. I mean, he's throwing it upper 90s, and this is what you can see as a starter. He might be holding back just a little bit, right? Trying to save something. He's usually 93, 95 as a starter, but when you're coming out of the pen, only a couple of innings, you feel like you can rear back a little bit more. That's what he's doing tonight.
2 down for the center fielder, Taylor. Diamondbacks and Pirates are tied at 1. This is game 2 of a 3-game weekend series here at PNC Park. It'll be the final regular season matchup between these two teams. Here's the pitch. And Taylor takes low and outside. Game 1 of the series was won by the Diamondbacks by a final score of 9-8. And such a back and forth affair where obviously a 17-run game, the offenses were the headline acts. Here's the 1-0 swing and a ball hit in the air to center. McCarthy's got to hustle back, and on the warning track, he'll make the catch as the inning comes to a close. So Ciccone turns in another 1-2-3 inning, this time in the 5th. And we go to the 6th, tied at 1.
That'll bring Travis d'Arnaud up to the plate.
2 balls and a strike here. d'Arnaud gets into another one to left center. See you later. A 2-homer ball game for Travis d'Arnaud. And it's 6-3 Atlanta.
And this was impressive from Travis d'Arnaud. My goodness, to get a hold of 98 miles an hour and turn it around at 110. How about 445 feet for Travis d'Arnaud? And that swing actually looked a little bit more controlled and easier than the one that you commented on when he took the big hat.
Ohtani stalls another baseball. Base hit in right field. Pfaadt struts home. 3-0 Dodgers.
That came off the bat at 119 miles an hour. If I'm playing first, I don't want any part of that. That's the hardest of his career, 119.2, wow. If you're keeping track at home. I mean, thank goodness that wasn't at somebody.
1-0. And this ball in the air to deep center field. D'Arnaud hit another one. He just did. And he's tied it up. This ball is a little bit toward the end, but it's still deep, and it's gone. That is gone. That was over the orange line, I believe. This ball is touched to left center field. It's got a chance to be his third. How do you like that? A 3-homer game for Big Mike.
210-9090 and get a guaranteed minimum $100 cash back and a free dinner at Rodizio Grill. NewVisionAutoglass.com.
New Vision Auto Glass. See clearly. Drive safely.
D-backs skipper Torey Lavello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
City of Hope Cancer Center is making major breakthroughs in treating cancer, pioneering technologies with life-saving speed. Now, the experts are closer to home, turning hope into reality. Learn more by going to cityofhope.org. Pirates back into their bullpen. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Sanderson Ford. Best plan in new Ford is at Sanderson Ford. Here's the 25-year-old right-hander Kyle Nicholas out of Ball State University. First pitch. And Lourdes Gurriel tried to sell a pitch inside, but that's a strike. And the count is 0-1. Nicholas this year 1-2 with a 3.28 ERA. 33rd appearance this season. 40 strikeouts, though a whip at 1.3. As the 0-1 is outside, so he can be susceptible at times to allowing guys to reach base. Certainly what the D-backs are looking for here in this 1-1 ball game.
Nicholas has good stuff. Big, tall guy, 6'4".
That one down low.
Has good stuff. Upper 90s, 98, 99 mile an hour fastball. Has a hard slider and a hard curveball to go along with it. And he does strike guys out, but that whip high because of the walks, walking 5 per 9 right now.
The 2-1 pitch. Swung on. Slow grounder to short. Cruz charging. Has it. And with that explosive arm, throws to first in time. And that is going to be out number 1 here in the 6th inning.
It's a great way to put it. When you watch O'Neal Cruz throw the ball, it just comes out so easy, but like a rocket. And for him, we mentioned yesterday how many errors he has this season, leading Major League in errors at 21, I believe. And it's not a matter of how hard he can throw it, it's just, can he throw it accurately?
Here's McCarthy now. And the pitch from Nicholas is a backdoor strike. Curveball at 86. He was originally drafted in the competitive balance round B by the Marlins, was Nicholas. But then he was traded a few years ago from Miami to Pittsburgh because there's another swing and miss. And the count is 0-2. Pirates were looking to try and get some more young, controllable, cheap pieces to their roster. As now the 0-2. Swung on, weakly grounded this time to second. And it's Kiner Falefa who has it, throws on the run in time. 2 up and 2 down. And, well, the Marlins, they got Jacob Stallings back. And the Pirates got Zach Thompson, Connor Scott, and the guy on the mound.
Well, the guy's got good stuff, got a good arm. He's done a nice job this year. Like you mentioned, the strikeouts, a good ERA. But the command issue, that is the only thing that has gone wrong for him so far, but looking good tonight.
Here's Suarez. And the first pitch swung on and missed. 0-1 the count. Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's richest and best rewards. Voted best casino and AZ Central's best of the desert. Here comes the 0-1. Suarez takes. That's a bit low. 99 miles per hour on that pitch. He's a guy who reminds me a little bit of Ciccone, where you put him in that starter's role and just the stuff is going to be toned down a little bit to try and get through 5, 6, maybe 7 innings. Now the 1-1, Suarez swings and grounds it left side foul. But, man, you put it in that bullpen and, hey, listen, you got 5 batters, let it rip. You can see what the output looks like.
That's spot on. I mean, we've seen tonight, he's got great extension. I mean, he releases that ball closer to home than the vast majority of pitchers, and he's got good velocity to go along with it.
Oh, 1-2, head high, up and in, and Suarez just out of the way. That is not fun for anybody.
Nobody likes seeing 97 coming up towards their face at all. After a pitch like that, a lot of times you'll see that hard slider down and away.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And the inning is over. Diamondbacks down in order in the top of the 6th, and we go to the bottom of the 6th inning.
You're one of the most humble players in the league, Cancer, and you always choose to celebrate your teammates' achievements over your own. You might see their contributions as more impactful to the greater good of the team, but they also need you. Instead of shying away from compliments and cheers, listen closely to see how much the game really needs you.
With the first pick of the 2024 MLB draft, the Cleveland Guardians select Travis Bazzana, a second baseman from Oregon State University.
It's a historic moment. Yes, he's from Sydney, Australia, found his way to the campus of Oregon State, and you see his family elated. Don't hurt the kid.
Northwest Gas.
811. Be a part of history with the Diamondbacks Foundation's National League Champions Ring Raffle. Buy tickets before August 10th for a chance to win an authentic player's edition of the 2023 National League Champions Ring. Visit dbacks.com/ring raffle.
Dbacks Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Bottom of the sixth inning, Chris Garagiola alongside Tuffy Gozowish. Thanks for joining us on a Saturday night. Quite the game we've had so far. That includes an hour and 8-minute rain delay as Ciccone ready for his third inning of relief. He works at the top of the order, and Andrew McCutchen. The first one is rolled foul. 0-1 the count.
Top of the order here. First time facing these hitters for Ciccone. Going to be a key inning for him. These are the guys that swung the bat really well last night.
0-1. And he tried that breaking ball high. That landed in the strike zone, but just could not get the call. And the count now even at 1-1 strike. A 1-1. Swing and a miss. Not a whole lot of imagination in that pitch. Just reared back through a fastball about as hard as he could down the middle, and McCutchen, he could not touch it. 1-2 the count.
Go right back to it. Throw another one.
Okay, the pitch. Fastball, a little bit high. Definitely out of the zone. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I like the idea. You saw the swing from McCutchen on the previous pitch. I wouldn't be surprised to see another one here, 2-2.
2-2 pitch. Check swing on a breaking ball. And it rolls foul beyond the bag at third.
There was that slow curveball, 75 right there. And McCutchen, the speed differential, like you mentioned earlier, 20-mile-an-hour speed differential. It's just really tough to slow yourself down. McCutchen, fortunate to have that check swing roll foul.
Ciccone facing McCutchen, Reynolds, and Joe in this inning. And the 2-2, after a long hold, is swung on and fouled. McCutchen, like so many veterans, are so good at having a few swings in their back pocket, which no lower bodies really use. There's no power at all. It's only designed to foul back a pitch that you don't like. Another 2-2. And it just missed the corner. Again, another pitch that could have been a strike, but the Diamondback pitchers have just not been the beneficiaries of such calls tonight.
Slade Ciccone couldn't have thrown this pitch any more perfectly right on the bottom outside corner.
3-2. Swung on and fouled away.
But like you said, McCutchen able to spoil him. Got the call, and this pitch right here, another good fastball, but able to fight it off. The best ones are able to do that.
3-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball left side. Suarez has it. Foul. Oh, my. Third base umpire Ramon De Jesus adamantly saying that that ball was foul. Granted, we don't have the best vantage point. We are, it feels like 10,000 feet above sea level. But a lot of that ball was in fair territory. And
very hard to tell right where it goes over the bag. I mean, on the screen, on our monitors, it looks like it might have caught the base as it went over, but it's up in the air. So just very uncertain. Definitely from where we're sitting, you're right.
All right, so McCutchen makes his way back to the box. This will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat. 1-1 our score, bottom of the 6th inning. And Ciccone ready, the right-hander. He throws. Swing, and that ball just yanked foul. McCutchen way out in front of a fastball there. So, all right, Catchy, go back to that catching brain of yours, and what are we thinking here?
You could throw anything right here. I mean, he's seen all your pitches right now. He's fouled off the fastball. I would throw another good slider right here.
3-2. Swung on and lined into left field, a base hit. Tried the fastball again, and McCutchen aboard to start the 6th inning.
Ciccone not wanting to give in right there. I mean, you don't want to walk him after that long at-bat, trying to make him put the ball in play, and he does. Just kind of middle of the plate, and McCutchen, after seeing so many pitches, finally gets one that he can handle.
So McCutchen aboard. Here is Bryan Reynolds. And Reynolds 0 for 1 with a walk. And it looks like McCutchen is having a little bit of an issue. He's holding his left knee. And the trainer for the Pirates, Derek Shelton, are coming out.
Yeah, it looked like they might have saw something while he was running for sure. And like you mentioned, as he was on first base, kind of reaches down and grabs that left, either lower quad or left knee, and looks like he's coming out of the game now.
All right, McCutchen is done. Some sort of injury. Had a real hard time getting down the line after that base hit. And so, who are the Pirates going to use as a pinch runner this early in the game? If you use a pure speed threat, that's the guy you have to have hitting for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, going to take over at the DH spot, whoever it is, but going to be interesting. Might be Triolo. We saw Alika Williams last night pinch run. He was sent down today.
I'm thinking Triolo might be the guy here. But no one's come out of that Pirate dugout.
In this situation, nobody's down there getting warmed up or getting ready initially, so they got to get their helmet on, get ready to go, and head out there.
Ji-Hwan Bae is the guy who's going to bring in, take over at first. Diamondbacks saw firsthand this guy is a real speed threat on the bases.
See if he tests Moreno behind the plate today. He hasn't had a chance to warm up. He's been sitting down, had a rain delay, so see if he's ready to run right away here.
And now a pitch clock violation is assessed to Slade Ciccone. That's just so ridiculous to me. There can be that long of a delay. The Pirates taking a considerable amount of time to choose their pinch runner and then slap the Dbacks with a pitch clock violation.
I couldn't agree more.
All right, so the 1-0 here to Reynolds. There's a swing and miss. By the way, Bae, the native of South Korea, this year has 3 stolen bases. He had 24 last year. He's only appeared in 13 games for the Pirates. And there's a throw to first. Runner back in safely.
Ciccone with a first pitch changeup to Reynolds right there. I really like to see that. I mean, we've seen him land the curveball. He's thrown good sliders. Obviously, the heater's working today, so he's been able to land 4 different pitches for strikes.
1-1, and Reynolds swings, and he fouls a fastball back. 1-2 the count. Twins lead the White Sox 5-2. Chicago trying to avoid 19 straight losses. So if you think you're having a bad week,
try a bad 3 weeks.
Now the 1-2. A little bit outside to Reynolds. 2 balls and 2 strikes. No score in Oakland. Dodgers and the A's. But the Rockies with an early lead over Martin Perez and the Padres 1-0. Bottom of the 4th inning. From the bell, Ciccone will throw to first again, and Bay is quickly back in there. That's the second disengagement. Keep in mind, nobody out in this inning. We are just beyond the halfway point. All of a sudden, things are tightening up a little bit. 2-2. And Reynolds takes off the plate, 96. It's going to be a full count here.
It feels like both teams see that this is going to be a tight game the whole way. I think that they know that each run is so important tonight. So taking every batter and every base runner very seriously.
3-2, runner goes. The pitch swung on. That's belted. Right center field. McCarthy at the wall. It is gone. A 2-run shot by Bryan Reynolds. It's 19th of the season. The Pirates lead 3-1.
A no-doubter off the bat here. Reynolds, as soon as he makes contact, he is not running hard out of the box. He watches this one fly out of here, and Jake McCarthy, no chance out there, and that ball was struck very well. A fastball just middle away, and Reynolds, we said, has been swinging the bat well for the last 2 months and does a lot of damage right here.
That's kind of been how it's been for Slade Ciccone on the mound this year. Really promising start, major speed bumps in the middle. Now the pitch to Connor Joe, a called strike, and he is someone who has been victimized by the home run ball this year for Ciccone. That is his 13th home run in just over 70 innings. Swung on off the end of the bat towards shallow left. Long run, Gurriel. He cannot reach it. That's going to fall down for a base hit. Joe digging for second. The throw is a beauty. Outfield assist number 5 for Gurriel as he guns down Joe at second base. And there's one out of the bottom of the 6th inning.
Great play by Gurriel right there. You saw the infielder in him come out. He catches this ball on the run and throws it on the run. Perfectly located to Marte.
That's our cool play of the game, brought to you by Chaz Roberts. Go to Chaz Roberts for Arizona's leader in heating, plumbing, cooling, and caring. Chaz Roberts serving you since 42. It looks like the Pirates are going to challenge this one. So we've got a replay review brought to you by Planet Fitness. Get fit for less at $10 a month.
This is interesting to me because the way that Joe ran off the field made me think that he knew he was out the whole way. And I can't tell. I haven't seen a good view yet, but he slides kind of around the bag and might get his hand in there, but I feel like Marte's glove hits him in the hand on his way, but we'll see if they're able to overturn this call because they got to have clear and convincing evidence that the call on the field was wrong.
I know the Pirates fans are very eager to see it overturned. I really don't see enough here to have this one overturned yet. We have seen some calls that look very clear and obvious, and they didn't change the mark, so I don't know. The last week has really shook my confidence in my ability to watch pictures.
Well, here's the thing. Joe tries to get his hand in there. Does Marte's glove just barely nick his hand? Because the next tag is not until he hits him in the ribs. And by the time that second tag gets in there, it hits him.
Overturn, the runner is safe.
Wow. So it's a double for Connor Joe. Forget the outfield assist. There is still nobody out, and here is Brian De La Cruz. I just don't know how from that you could definitively say, without a shadow of a doubt, that he got that hand in there before a tag was applied. But
you're right. That's why I thought that it would be hard to overturn the call that they made on the field.
Here is De La Cruz, and the first pitch caught on and missed. No balls, 1 strike. Single, homer, and then a double. And Cicconi's got a lock back in. As the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. It's now 0-2.
We're now in the 6th inning here. You feel like, and now it looks like as I look out at the bullpen, we're going to get some action in the Diamondbacks bullpen. This is a situation where you want to keep this game close. You still got a shot to come back right here.
0-1. Swing and a miss. And he struck him out. 3 pitches is all it took. I said 0-1, by the way. It was on the video board, but knew it was 0-2. Just didn't say it.
Nice slider by Cicconi right there, 0-2. They have pitched De La Cruz well the last 2 days. A guy who's swinging the bat hot coming into this series, but Diamondbacks have sat him down a lot these last 2 games.
Bart 1 for 2 with a homer. And Cicconi's first pitch, check swing. Appealed at first, he sure did. That'll be a strike, the count 0-1.
Diamondbacks have gone to this slider down and away to Bart a lot. The only hits we've seen him get have been on fastballs, middle of the plate, and 1 hanging slider on the inside corner yesterday.
0-1 pitch. And a swing and miss. The count 0-2. Slider that time from Cicconi. I mean, this is where now, as you mentioned before, if you can get an out here and just kind of get 2 2/3 relief from Cicconi and just the 2 runs allowed, good but not great. It at least helps the Diamondbacks bridge themselves to the back end of this game. Now the 0-2 and the fastball up and in. Good setup pitch. Got a couple of options now. You can go with another fastball, or I think the more tantalizing option, that slider low and away.
Yeah, you've set him up now. You've gone down and away a couple of times with the slider. You've gone hard up and in. You said it. You can go up and in. They might try to freeze him down and away or back hard in again.
The 1-2. Swung on and cued foul. See, this isn't fair. You set yourself up with multiple choices. You have to commit to one if you're going to be the clairvoyant analyst that predicts what happens. You can't say freeze him up and in, or maybe go the slider away, or, you know, if he's feeling frisky, a change up. Like, that's too much coverage.
I commit to one pitch all the time. I'm just saying he has options in this situation because he's done a nice job during the at-bat.
The 1-2. Just missed. Really good pitch. Count 2-2 now.
Didn't get him to chase on that slider right there. He's tried to slow him down the previous pitch with that curveball, about 76 miles an hour, I believe. And I would like to see him go back to a slider right here. Just one pitch, a slider.
2-2. Slider. Missed outside. Actually, the curveball. Yeah, the count is full. All right, so which 4 pitches might he throw here? No, I'm kidding. Runner at second, 1 out. And this is a big pitch for Cicconi.
Big pitch right here. Execute. You cannot rear back and just try to throw it by him here. You have to locate something.
3-2. Swung on, and that's going to fall into left center field, a base hit. Great read off the bat by Connor Joe. He just took off and ran. He'll score. And it's another run for the Pirates. They're in front 4-1.
This here, not a matter of execution. I mean, he located this ball. It's a slider. It's probably off the plate away. But Bart reaches out and just hits it off the end of the bat weakly enough to land in front of Gurriel.
Now Bart's starting to catch fire for the Pirates. Got him with a long ball. Now he does it with a short ball. And we're going to see a pitching change. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Sanderson Ford. Best play to new Ford at Sanderson Ford. The Pirates lead.
Center field. Robles back. Tie game! His deep shot here today evens the game. And Carnacion Strand wins it! Lucky number 13. He was 0 for 12. Back-to-back bombs. Down to their last out. The Reds take the day and the series.
1 out away for Dylan Cease. Abrams to right field. Johnson coming in. He makes the catch. No hits for the Nats. Dylan Cease throws a no-hitter. The second no-hitter in Padres history. There'll be a sea of San Diegans celebrating back home.
ROC 152656.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Welcome back to PNC Park. New pitcher for the Diamondbacks is the left-hander Joe Mantiply. Mantiply going to face Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. So far this year, Mantiply 5-2 with a 4.08 ERA. This will be his 50th appearance of the season. Pirates have scored 3 times in the bottom of the 6th inning. They get a 2-run homer by Bryan Reynolds and an RBI single by Joey Bart. And here's the first one to Kiner-Falefa. Swung on, grounded to third. Suarez has it, throws to second. There's one on to first, and that is a double play. 5-4-3 around the horn. The inning is over. 1 pitch, 2 outs for Mantiply. And we go to the 7th, where the Pirates score 3, and they lead 4-1 in the Morgan.
Have the bases loaded with 1 out for Cal Raleigh. Swinging a well-hit ball deep to right field. Going and going. Grab on, get out the right bread and mustard. It is grand salami time. A walk-off grand slam for Cal Raleigh, and the Mariners win it. They win it 8-4 in an amazing comeback here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Is 2-0, is into center field, and that's the ball game. What a game it was, a gem of a game. Goes to the Dodgers in 11 innings.
Well, it's Kike Hernandez that twice got it here, and it was Will Smith that ended it. Darned if you do, darned if you don't, and that's life against the top of this Dodger lineup. Yep.
Will set the stage.
You call in. If you miss the live conversations, listen on the Arizona Sports app or wherever you get your podcasts. The home of Arizona Diamondbacks baseball is Arizona Sports, the local sports leader. D-backs skipper Torey Lovello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 in the Arizona Sports app.
Top of the 7th inning, Pirates with a 4-1 lead over the D-backs. Diamondbacks will send up Gabriel Moreno against Kyle Nicholas to get the inning underway. Getting close to 10 o'clock local time here in Pittsburgh. First one from Nicholas is inside for ball 1. Had an hour and 8-minute rain delay that obviously knocked us off schedule. Nicholas ready, and the 1-0 pitch is inside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes the count. Been a little bit of a quiet night offensively. D-backs just the 3 hits. And Moreno tonight is 1 for 2. Now he swings, hits a hard grounder to second, and Kiner-Falefa to his left scoops it up and throws to first in time. Nice defensive play. That ball was hit pretty well.
Yeah, this ball smoked right here by Moreno, but Falefa over there I mean, he can really pick it. And at second base, you know, he just makes it look super easy.
All right, here is Geraldo Perdomo. Perdomo singled in the third, was hit by a pitch in the fifth. Here we are in the seventh. And Nicholas fires, slowing in. Well, a good time to remind our fans that there are 2025 Advantage memberships that are now on sale. Get access to flexible ticket plans and receive exclusive benefits like concession and team shop discounts, member-only events, and more. As this one swung on, that is cranked out to right field. De La Cruz on his horse. He can't reach it. That's down, and it's off the right center wall. Perdomo will hold at second, and that's going to be a one-out double. As the D-backs now have a runner in scoring position at the top of the order coming up.
Perdomo turns around this 96 fastball, middle in, does a nice job pulling his hands in, and thinks about going to third on this one, but decides to hold up at second. A good choice right there with one out. Give Corbin Carroll a chance here. Drive somebody in.
Carroll is 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. He swings, and he pops it up on the infield, third base side, and Bryan Hayes with room will make the catch. Again, this is the major league leader in infield pop-ups is Corbin Carroll, and he has the second of the game on the first pitch of the at-bat.
Yeah, so far tonight for Corbin, a game to forget. A couple of strikeouts and a couple of infield pop-ups with runners in scoring position. So, you know, you hope he gets another chance in the ninth inning to come back and potentially take the lead for the Diamondbacks, or gets another opportunity to help the team out.
Here is Ketel Marte. First pitch from Nicholas off the plate. For as dominant as the top four hitters were in the lineup yesterday for the Diamondbacks, that 9-8 win, they have been largely stagnant, the top four hitters in the contest tonight. 1-0 from Nicholas inside. 2 balls and no strikes the count. Top four hitters, 0 hits. They have struck out 5 times. They have drawn a couple of walks. Both of those from Jock Peterson. So need a little more production from the top 4. And maybe it starts with Marte. Nicholas ready. And his 2-0. Swung on, grounded towards second. There's Kiner Falefa. He's got it from the outfield grass. He'll throw to first in time. And that'll do it for the D-backs. In the top of the 7th, we go to the bottom of the 7th, stretch time in Pittsburgh, and the Pirates lead it 4-1.
Time for the great mascot race. Ready, go. And they're off. They're neck and neck. Look at them go. It's a wild crowd. It's the home stretch. It's too close to call. It's the play at the plate. It's the Philly Fanatic. Congratulations. You won the great mascot race.
Now it's time for Eyes on the Ball Player. Can you find Aaron Judge in this sea of Yankee fans?
That one is drill. A Judgian blast.
That is absolutely crushed.
Judge has done it again. Santa Maria. And it is going to be caught by Judge. How about that? So much fun to watch.
And there he is.
Program now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Dbacks Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
It is the bottom of the 7th. Bryan Hayes at third baseman will lead off against Joe Mantiply. And Mantiply comes set. First pitch of the frame. A swung on, hit in the air, right center field. McCarthy went in, now curling back, but he'll make the play, and there's one out here to begin the inning.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the Arizona Diamondbacks and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Not to mention the seventh inning stretch brought to you by Arizona Complete Health, transforming the health of the community one person at a time. I'll bring up the shortstop, O'Neal Cruz. Cruz 0 for 1 with a walk. And the pitch from Mantiply, low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Cruz, as the 1-0 swung on and missed, he homered off of Joe back at Chase Field. On a hanging breaking ball. I mean, he hit this thing just a mile in the sky. It looked like it was going to be a shallow fly out to right, but it just kept carrying and carrying. And now Mantiply's 1-1 down low. 2 balls and a strike.
I forgot to mention, when Joe came into the game, he got a first pitch double play last inning and then a first pitch out. He got 3 outs on 2 pitches.
Hard to do. High chopper off the plate. This is trouble. Suarez, bare hand pickup, throws to first, not in time. Oh, man, that's as well as you can do it by Gino Suarez. And he just missed the out. That is going to be an infield single here for Cruz.
There is nothing else Gino Suarez could have done. Cruz flying down the line. And he even looks at third base, smiling as he crosses the base. But Gino Suarez, bare hand play, throws it on the next step. Cruz just too fast.
1 out single for Michael A. Taylor. And here's the pitch. That is going to be off the plate. One ball, no strikes. 4-1 Pirates, bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and way out in front was Taylor. He hooks it foul.
For the Diamondbacks, if you want to stay in this ball game, this is a big inning. You have 1 out, got that big first out. You got Cruz on base now. You need to get Taylor here. Get this second out. Get back in the dugout here.
Step and a throw. Check on runner Cruz at first. Pirates have Aroldis Chapman available in the bullpen. Remember, tomorrow, Pirates phenom Paul Skeens will pitch the finale. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and fouled back. Not only does he just possess really good stuff, but for the majority of his very young and already dazzling career, he's proven he can provide length. That has allowed Derek Shelton to be uber aggressive with some of the guys he's gone to the bullpen with, pitching the second consecutive day. Because kind of like the D-backs, Pirates going to go a little bit without an off day.
Yeah, Skeen's stuff is out of this world, along with commanding it as well.
1-2, swing and a miss. And Mantiply, he strikes out Taylor, 2 outs.
Mantiply blows this one by Taylor. Just a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, but he slowed him down with the previous pitches. This one up and away, and coming out of Joe's low arm slot, that ball looks like it's rising just a little bit.
All right, here's Ji-Hwan Bae. He replaced an injured Andrew McCutchen, and he swings at the first pitch for strike 1. A swing and miss. That pitch a little bit up, a little bit in. Ji-Hwan Bae was brought in as a pinch runner in the 6th inning after it looked like McCutchen tweaked his knee or his quad after a base hit to left. Now the 0-1 slider, missing inside.
Bryan Reynolds on deck, hit a homer last time. Joe Mantiply want to go right after Bae.
1-1. And a generous strike called, give it to Mantiply. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That front door breaking ball. And had Bae moving out of the box. And the count 1-2. Cruz at first, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. That is outside. The throw to second is not in time. And O'Neill Cruz, 11th stolen base of the year.
Joe Mantiply, the lefty. O'Neill Cruz goes first pitch on Mantiply, or first move, excuse me. And that allows him to get a great jump. And even though it's a good throw from Moreno with a strong arm, just not in time.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Trying to get the strikeout here is Mantiply. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Now the inning is over. So Mantiply strikes out 2, does give up the infield single, but no damage done. And we move into the 8th inning. Pirates.
Donovan runs. Goldschmidt takes strike 3. Throw to second to tag. Double play. Runner goes. Higashioka's throw is great, and they got him again. And Higashioka launches it to deep left. Donovan is back. His first hit as a Padre is a home run. What an inning for Kyle Higashioka. Throws out 2 guys trying to steal in the top and goes deep in the bottom.
Good for the kid.
Bring home your own bling to celebrate the D-backs' amazing postseason run. On August 10th, the first 30,000 fans will receive a 2023 National League Championship replica ring. Secure your tickets now at Dbacks.com.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of official jerseys, caps, t-shirts, collectibles, and more. You're with your Arizona Diamondbacks at MLBshop.com. New pitcher, as we mentioned, Aroldis Chapman. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Sanderson Ford. Best play in a new Ford at Sanderson Ford. Chapman, a 3.76 ERA, in 46 prior appearances. He will face a pinch hitter for the D-backs, Randall Grichuk. Lefty pitcher. And now a righty hitter as Grichuk is pinch hitting for Jock Peterson. And the D-backs, frankly, they just need base runners right now. Down by 3 runs with only 6 outs remaining. Chapman is ready. First pitch. And Grichuk will take high. 1 ball and no strikes.
We talked last night about Chapman and the command issues. You know, he walks 7.5 per 9 innings. So possible that the Diamondbacks are patient here, work some walks.
1-0 pitch. Chapman fires a strike in there. That one, the slider at 86. And the count 1-1. I mean, he was throwing the ball pretty well, was Chapman yesterday, with the exception of 1 pitch. And now the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 103-mile-an-hour fastball to Josh Bell. We talked to Josh on the pregame show. He said he slowed the ball down with his home run. Not quite, Josh. It came in at 103. Went out at about 106.5. As 1-2. Off the outside corner.
Maybe he meant he slowed it down in his mind. That's how he was able to hit 103 miles an hour. Huh?
I like it. That's very deep.
Wish I could have done that when I played. Slowed it down.
The 2-2. Swing and a foul ball. Fastball at 99. It kind of seems like with Chapman, and maybe this is the case when guys with his stuff get a little bit older, that it takes about a batter and a half for that velocity to finally get geared up. It's like he's preheating the oven that is his left arm. The 2-2 swing and a miss. Splitter in the dirt, and Grichuk is down on strikes.
It's also possible that second day you might not be as recovered. You know, yesterday we saw the 101s, the 102s, the 103 for the homer. Maybe just a little bit of fatigue today, only hitting 100 miles an hour so far. But he's also got that nasty split that we just saw there, 2-2 to Grichuk to go along with it.
Well, here is Josh Bell. I'm sure part of the reason why Derek Shelton wanted to bring in Chapman was to give him a chance at redemption. First pitch to Bell, grounded up the middle, over the second base bag. Kiner-Falefa has it on a backhand, and the throw off the glove of the first baseman, Connor Joe. And Joey Bart, you going to do it? He's going to do it. He's going to put a tag on Bell. Bell didn't even flinch towards second base. You cheeky little minx, and that is going to be an infield single here for Bell.
You got to put the tag on him just in case the umpire makes the call. But this play here, Falefa tries to take his time, throws it a little bit up the line, but Connor Joe there, he had time to come off the bag, catch that ball, and tag Bell still, who was not quick down the line. So he tried to make the big stretch and not able to reach it, but he could have had time to come off the bag, catch it, and then tag Bell.
1 on and 1 out. Here is Lourdes Gurriel Jr. They're going to rule that an E4, by the way, is the pitch. A strike to Gurriel. Count is 0-1, so it's no base hit for Bell. And as such, it'll be the 4th error of the year for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. It'll be his first in a Pirates uniform. And now Chapman's 0-1. Off the plate outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Well, a well-timed walk would really aid the D-backs' chances of a late-game rally.
It certainly would, and for Gurriel, he's got a chance here to get that fastball away. That's where Chapman likes to throw it.
2-1, swung on, and fouled back. A splitter in the zone. It's now 2-2.
Most teams pitching Gurriel hard in off the plate and then soft away. That's what that splitter was, but Chapman tends to go down and away with that sinker. So if Gurriel's able to stay on that pitch, he can shoot it the other way like he likes doing.
2-2 on the way. Swing and a ball grounded foul. Still 2-2.
Coming off back-to-back.
Across the Warren area, between 1 and 2 inches of rain have fallen. Additional rain.
Strike, that's slider, ball 1. McCarthy 0 for 3. 2 outs, 8th inning. Pirates up 4-1 here. PNC Park, middle game of the series against the Snakes. Here's the 1-0. And that's called a ball. I guess outside, 2-0.
Not by much outside. Triple digits, 100 miles an hour in the velocity. He's throwing hard.
And a swing and a miss. Two and 1 on Jake McCarthy.
Jake the Snake.
Yeah. Good call. Here's the pitch. Popped up out of play, left side. Our buddy Doc Emmerich, not a fan of reptiles. How about the Arizona Ospreys, he says. What do you think? He wants you to answer that one, Bob.
I would like the Ospreys.
You and the Doc Emmerich had some great conversations down at spring training about you both love the Ospreys. 2-2. Thinking about you, Doc. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Called, third strike. Jake McCarthy, Jake the Snake, Jake the Osprey. Caught looking. We go to the bottom of the 8th. There we go. Pirates 4, Diamondbacks 1.
This is the story of a very special woman. Just a few knew about her superpowers. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. With honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be shared with friends or family. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
The United States Deputy Sheriff's Association is a national nonprofit and the largest non-governmental provider of services to law enforcement. The USDSA assists city, county, state, and federal agencies with free safety equipment donations and officer survival training, along with cash donations to families of law enforcement officers who perish in the line of duty, college scholarships for the children of law enforcement, a citizen awareness program, and more. For more information on the USDSA and how you can help, visit usdeputy.org.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your
.org. Paul Sewald, who was removed from the closer's role, at least for the time being, is now out there for the D-backs. The bottom of the 8th inning with the Bucks leading Arizona 4-1.
Well, when he was a closer, he did get 16 saves this season. ERA is up there a little bit high, not bad, 4.39. Game number 31 for Sewald. It's like I can picture a osprey sitting on the seawall.
Here's Reynolds now. Bryan Reynolds fouls this ball back out of play. He hit the 2-run homer in the 6th inning that broke the 1-1 tie. On deck is Rowdy Tellez to pinch hit for Connor Joe, and then Brian De La Cruz. As the Bucks look to add on in this bottom of the 8th inning. The pitch. Strike called, and nothing in 2. David Bednar is up and loosening in the Pirates' pen. Reynolds hit his 19th home run of the year last time up. Pitch taken outside. 1-2. All-star Bryan Reynolds. Count of 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sewald's pitch, fouled it back. And the count stays 1-2. Reynolds has hit 20 or more home runs in 3 consecutive seasons. Hit 16 as a rookie in 134 games. 1-2 pitch, high. He's got 19 now. He's got 65 RBIs. Last year, 24 homers, 84 ribbies. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sewald's pitch outside. Count is 3-2. Full count, pitch. Outside, he walked him. He's on base for a third straight time. And here's Tellez. Paid attendance 35,515, a rowdy bunch.
Very nice crowd, and most of them, they all stayed through the rain and everything. Got the boats lining up. We're going to have a show after the game.
Oh, it's going to be spectacular. The drone show, a pirate story, and Rowdy Tellez to the plate. Pinch hitting for Connor Joe. Pitch to him. Breaking ball down and in. Lefty hitter Tellez bats for Connor Joe. Seawald, the right-hander for the D-backs, delivers. Fouled back, big rip. Tellez has his average up to 246, 9 home runs, 37 RBIs, a 691 OPS. One ball, one strike on Tellez. And a throw to first, and now caught between first and second is Reynolds, and he'll be tagged out as Josh Bell tossed to Ketel Marte, the second baseman, who applied the tag. Oh, they pick off Reynolds. He was going to go.
He was running. I think it was a hit and run, maybe. And maybe, you should never get picked off on a hit and run, but I think that's what it was. It was a 1-1 count. And that's when the Pirates do hit and run on that count. I'm guessing that might have been what that was. You don't see Reynolds straight steal much. But again, he definitely was running on the pitch.
This ball's popped out of play. So 1 out. Nobody on. And it's a ball and 2 strikes on Rowdy Tellez. Here's the pitch from Seawald. Tellez swings and misses. 2 away. And now Brian De La Cruz. He is 0 for 3 in this one and hitless in his first 8 home at-bats. The former Marlin. Pitch from Seawald down low. The 1-0 pitch to the right-hand batter is a strike. Fly out in left center his first time up against the lefty Montgomery, who went 3 innings, gave up a run, the home run to Joey Bart. Struck out swinging his last time up. Fouled out in his second at bat. This pitch, check swing on that sweeper, and again another appeal. Jonathan Parra, the first base umpire, said he didn't offer. 2-1.
Emphatically.
Yeah, maybe he's getting tired of it.
That safe sign was.
He may be getting tired of it.
Getting away with that one.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Like double karate chop.
Pitch is in the air, shallow right onto the grass. The second baseman, Marte, will make the catch. So it's a save situation. And that means it's time for the Renegade. Trying to even this series.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy. So we show them how. With honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids. They need to know that they should never be shared with friends or family. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Unlike other health concerns, mental illness is not always easy to see. Depression won't show up on an eye chart, and you won't find PTSD by looking at a thermometer. Sorting out a mental health concern takes professional diagnosis and treatment. Anxiety won't just go away under a bandage. If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, call 1-800-662-HELP for free and confidential information and treatment referral. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support.
This is the story of a very special woman. Just a few knew about her superpowers. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your...
Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
4-1 Pirates lead, ninth inning. David Bednar out to try and put this one in the books and get the Pirates even in this series against Arizona.
Be save number 20 puts this one in the books. 40th game for Bednar. 36 innings pitched, giving up 22 base hits this year. 36 strikeouts.
First pitch to Eugenio Suarez. Ball one.
This is our last job title of the night there.
Accountant.
Librarian. Well, yeah,
put in the books.
Yeah, books.
Here's the 1-0. Suarez looks at ball two. Curveball. And for every Pirate strikeout this month of August, Coppers donates $50 to March for Babies. This month so far, Pirates pitching has struck out 16 batters, $800. Donation courtesy Coppers, protecting what matters, preserving the future. This ball's fouled off on the ground left side. Mitch Keller started, went 4 scoreless, but left after an hour, 8-minute rain delay. 2-1 pitch from Bednar. Fouled back. Dennis Santana faced 3 batters in the 5th. One of those would score. Great job by Jalen Beeks. Going on at a bases-loaded situation. One man did score. Fabulous work by Kyle Nicholas. And scoreless 8th inning for Chapman. 2-2 from Bednar. Swing and a miss. One away in the 9th.
Nice splitter, got him.
Gabriel Moreno now comes to the plate. He is 1 for 3. Our buddy Greg Kirstein celebrating a birthday tonight. He's got friends and family. We visited with Greg here in the booth earlier. Moreno couldn't hold his swing on a breaking ball.
Here for the whole weekend. Starting off pretty nice here on the Saturday night.
Yeah.
He seems like a huge Pirate fan.
He's swinging a miss. Pittsburgh native who was the original general counsel of the Columbus Blue Jackets many years ago, and now retired down in North Carolina, but does not miss a game on either radio, MLB.TV. 0-2 the count on Moreno with 1 away in the 9th. David Bednar with the pitch in the dirt. On deck is switch hitting Geraldo Perdomo. 1-2 pitch from Bednar. Swing and a miss.
Adam swinging and missing at that splitter tonight.
2 batters faced, 2 strikeouts.
Reel that you may have missed. Perdomo, last man standing.
Just make contact as evidenced right here by these last 6 hitters.
Perdomo shows bunt. He'll take a strike. And the count is 0-1. I mean, when Bednar came out to his closer's intro, Not only were the lights flashing, but the lights on the Clemente Bridge were synced up to his intro song. 0-1, there's a rip to first, past Tellez, and it goes down the line. Perdomo rounding first, on his way to second. De La Cruz with a strong throw, but it's off the mark. And Perdomo in safely with a head-first two-out double.
Wise decision going for two. When you're down 3 in the ninth, you definitely don't want to make a last out. If you're going
base, that's what it would have taken. They'll make it close, but I'm not sure there's any reason to even make it stuck close there. 2 outs. If he would have stopped at first, they would have probably let him just go ahead and run the second. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So why take a chance getting thrown out by the outfielder?
Great arm shown off there by De La Cruz. Pitches high, 98 miles an hour to Corbin Carroll.
You got to be thinking game situation all the time.
2 doubles on the night for Perdomo. We've got now 12 on the year. Pitch is inside to Corbin Carroll. Ketel Marte on deck. 4-1 Pirates lead. Bednar's 2-0. There's a strike. Two and 1 on Corbin Carroll. David Bednar, the Renegade, sets the 2-1. Missed in. 3-1. Look at Ketel Marte. He's anxious to get to the plate here, representing the tying run.
Yeah, he's the guy you don't want to come to the plate this inning.
One of the best players, one of the most underrated players in baseball. Ketel Marte on deck. 3 balls, 1 strike. Bednar with the pitch. He walked him. It was low, and here comes Ketel Marte. 2 on, 2 outs. Marte representing the tying run. Tonight he is 0 for 4. Last night he was 2 for 5, homered twice.
The Diamondbacks scurrying around in their bullpen now. They'll have to get somebody up and start getting loose just in case with the tying run. Swinging the bat.
The pitch is over for a strike. He started him out with a splitter. Everybody on their feet. 0-1 count on Marte. Here's the pitch from Bednar. That is strike 2.
Another splitter. Splitter. Chicken dinner. Throw it again.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Pirates lead by 3 in the ninth. There's the pitch from Bednar. Checks and takes up 100 miles an hour, that fastball, and Marte lays off. Appeal down to third base. Umpire Ramon De Jesus said he didn't go.
Bednar's best of the year, perhaps. He was reaching for a little extra on that one.
Now the 1-2 pitch to Ketel Marte. Line drive, base hit into right field. Run's gonna score. It's 4-2. Perdomo in from second base. Carroll motors to third, and the batter was Grichuk as the DH when he pinch hit, but now it's going to be Alec Thomas, the lefty batter.
Good example of why you don't take any chances. You know, if Perdomo would have got thrown out at second base trying to stretch to that double, none of this happens.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to, when you're down, last inning, you got to take it 90 feet at a time. You can't risk making it out on the bases. You don't know what might happen behind you if you just play it safe. And now, you look, and after that last single, I was at first. Now, he's not a place setter. He's a tying run. So his job as far as base running might be a little different here.
Well, now the lefty hitting Alec Thomas, pinch hitting for Randall Grichuk, who had pinch hit for the DH Jock Peterson last time. Alec Thomas was 1 for 3 with a walk and 2 ribbies last night. Here's the pitch. He takes a strike. Splitter again.
A lot of splitters tonight.
Thomas hitting .208 on the season in 28 games with 3 homers, 17 runs batted in.
He got ahead of Marte 0-2 on those splitters, but then after showing him that 100-mile-an-hour fastball, he got the base hit on the next splitter.
0-1 pitch, low, went back to it. Splitter missed, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one, first and third. Pirates lead is 4-2. 2 outs. Bednar for Pittsburgh, the pitch. And a fly ball to center field. Michael A. Taylor a few steps back. He has it, raised the Jolly Roger. The Bucks have evened the series against the D-backs, and David Bednar earns the save.
Good game tonight. Bullpen came in after the rain, did a good job. Nicholas was a saint. And beer for my horses, and that's the story.
Save number 20 for Bednar. Pirates even the series, and a chance with Paul Skeens on the mound tomorrow to take the series over the D-backs. Let's pause for station identification right now at the bottom of the hour here on the Pirates Radio Network. David Bednar able to retire. The pinch hitter, Alec Thomas, flies out to center field to end the ball game. And again, the save to David Bednar, his 20th save of the season. The Renegade does it. He's now converted each of his last 19 save opportunities. The Pirates go to 56 and 54. The D-backs 59 and 52. And again, this series now even at a game apiece, setting the stage for tomorrow's rubber match series finale with Paul Skeens on the mound for that 135 start against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Well, we'll be back with our post-game show. That's coming up next here on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by IC Light.